Hey, what's going on, everyone? Long time no see. It's been a few weeks since I've done a live stream. But yeah, I mean, the title is what it is. I was going to actually use a different title, but I am moving um, beyond just YouTube. And I'm going to show you exactly how I'm doing that and kind of my plan and how you can get involved if you want to do that. Um, but yeah, basically, when I started this channel a few years ago, it was really easy to maintain, and I responded to literally every single comment. And I still do my best to respond to every comment. But lately, it's been getting really hard because there's a lot of comments, and I get thousands of comments per month. So I'm unable to help um, as many people. And there's also a growing need for live help. I mean, the crypto space, whether you're on a crypto exchange or even interacting with like a hardware wallet company, um, it's pretty hard to get any kind of like customer assistance. I mean, it's out there, but usually it'll take a while. But yeah, a lot of people have asked me if I offer like consultations or one-on-one mentorships or anything like that. That's just not something I can do. I don't have the time to do that. Running the YouTube channel is a full-time gig that takes pretty much all of my time. Um, but I think I found a solution. And yeah, definitely if you have any questions as we go, even about cold wallets, crypto security, the stuff that we talk about on the channel, if you have any questions, please drop them in the chat. Happy to answer anything later on. But what I've decided to do is I kind of found a an in between that's not like a one-on-one mentorship or anything like that. That's still that we can all benefit from, I think. And I don't know if a lot of you have heard of School, which is a platform where you can host your own community, and there's tons of things on there. There's technology, there's hobbies, there's sports. Just you could basically join a community, learn things, and hang out with other people and like-minded people. So that's what I'm doing. I'm still going to do YouTube full time, of course. That's not going to stop. But for those of you or for anyone who wants direct access to me, that's why I created a School community. And I'm going to show you exactly what this community looks like. But basically, what it is you join the community, you get direct access to me. This is through DMs. You can DM me anytime, 24/7. There's also a community board where you can post your own questions or struggles that you're dealing with. And not only will I reply to you, but other community members will reply as well. And along with that, I'll be hosting 2 live group calls a week, or not a week, a month. So like any questions that you have, you can bring them to the live call, and we could set up like an area where you can ask the questions before we get on the call. That way we kind of have an idea of what we're going to talk about. But yeah, it's like a hangout spot. We can all hang out on video and actually talk with each other. You don't have to show your face if you don't want to. If you just want to join the call and listen in and still ask your questions. But yeah, that's pretty much what it is. It's a community, and it's for the people that I can't necessarily give the attention that is required here on YouTube, because again, it's just not something that I can do anymore. But I do want to show you kind of what School looks like if you've never seen it. This is so I started this like a couple weeks ago. I haven't told anyone about it. I do have 2 members currently. One member joined last night as at like midnight. She wanted some help with her Tangent wallet. I have the links hidden here on the channel, kind of like little Easter eggs, but I've never publicly talked about the School community. So yeah, Mary recently joined, and then also Fred, who came over from my Substack community. But let me just walk you through kind of what it looks like. And let's see here. So this is the community page, and this will change kind of as the community starts to grow and as we go through things. But there is a general discussion area. So really, you can introduce yourself here. If you have anything that you want to chat about, like anything crypto related, whatever, you could post it here. We all get a chat as a community. Like I said, Fred joined recently. And then we have a Q&A section. So if you have a question that you want answered, or maybe you want feedback from other community members, you can drop your question here. We can all chat about it. Also have a section for cold wallets and discounts and things like that. And then there will be a breaking news section. So if there's anything, any hacks or anything like that, those will be posted here. The classroom, not something I plan on doing right now. This is where I would have courses, but I think what I'm going to focus on is helping people directly, like in a group setting, and then as well as one-on-one through like the DMs and then on the community board. But I'm definitely open to creating specific videos for community members if they have questions, and if the community decides that they want like a specific video or tutorial on something, happy to do that. The calendar, this is where I'll be hosting all the live calls from. As we grow the community, again, I'm going to try to choose time of the days that will work best for all the community members. That said, all of the live calls that we do in the community will be recorded, so you can always go back and watch them later if you want to. Oh yeah, that's pretty much what it is. If you want to check it out, it is $25 a month. I mean, it's not a terrible price, I don't think, for what you get. But again, you get direct access to me through DMs. We get group calls every 2 weeks. You have a community of like-minded people that you get to connect with and talk with. I'll be doing some exclusive content on there. I'm also thinking about getting different people from like Tangem, Ledger, Trezor to come into our live group calls so that we can ask them questions and things like that. I can easily set that up if that's something that people are interested in. And $25 is the special founders price. So that's just what I'm starting at today. As demand grows, as I think it will, that price will raise. But if you lock in the $25 price, like if you subscribed, it's a monthly subscription. If you subscribe today, that price is locked in. Like your price will never go up. You'll always be locked in at whatever price you join at. So if you lock in at $25, that's what you get. But yeah, the cool thing is we all get to grow together. We get to hang out together. And I think Skril is a really fun platform. I'm part of a couple paid Skril communities myself outside of the crypto space, and it's a really fun space to be in. So if you want to check that out, the link is in the description. And definitely watch the video in the About section as well. Maybe after this live stream or whatever, but I kind of go over again what exactly you get. And kind of why I created this community, but I also touched on that here as well. So, but yeah, the crazy thing is I was doing some research and I found out that in 2025, on average, crypto investors lose $2,700 a year to scams alone. This is up, I think, 235% from, I think, 2024 or 2023. So it's getting worse, and that doesn't even account for user error, which of course we've all made mistakes in crypto, whether you're sending crypto to the wrong address or on the wrong network. We've all lost crypto making silly mistakes. So yeah, for $25 a month, you could not make those mistakes, you could not get scammed, and you could save a lot more money. But yeah, I'm going to go here to the chat and see what we got going on. Shout out to Frank, saying he loves his Ledger stacks, loving the Ledger stacks. Glad to hear that. And thanks for joining the live stream. Mr. John, what's going on? Thanks for joining the live stream. James says to create an app, software to answer questions. Yeah, it would be cool to have like an AI software that could answer like a cyber Skrill AI, like an assistant. That'd be pretty cool. Could probably make that. Michael says, I find you as straight as a die. Okay, I appreciate that, Michael. What's going on, John? Happy to see your face here on the live stream, as always. Boss Nova says, what's the best program to collect all info required for the IRS? So that video that I posted yesterday, that the IRS is cracking down on crypto holders. In that video, there's a link to the crypto tax software that I use. It's called CoinLedger. But if you use my link and then the discount code, you'll get 10% off the service, because the tax software is never free. I think it's like 29 bucks or something. But yeah, I would go watch that video. Also, if you just type in on YouTube how to file crypto taxes, my video should pop up first, and I walk you through the entire process of using that tool and show you how to connect all your crypto exchanges, your cold wallets, hot wallets, and how it gathers all that data, and then how to generate the documents. And I also show you things like the portfolio tracker in there. So yeah, CoinLedger is what I've been using. If you want to check it out, that's what I recommend. We really need you to show how to connect Tangem to Rabi. So that's not something you can do. Tangem doesn't connect to other wallets. It's not like Ledger where you can connect it to like a MetaMask or anything. Tangem is as it is. It's Tangem wallet. You can't connect it to any external wallets, and that's that's probably not going to change. Usopp Investment says, bought my first Tangem ring after watching your content. Awesome. Yeah, I hope you're enjoying it. The Tangem ring is awesome. I'm not wearing mine right now, but yeah, it's one of the coolest wallets out there. It's hidden in plain sight and probably the best hardware wallet to travel with. Shout out to ATL. What's going on? Thanks for joining the live stream. Michael Brown says, wanting to start in crypto, what is a good secure exchange to use? What is a good user-friendly cold wallet to use? And what is the best way to manage the tax records for crypto? So that's a lot of different questions, and definitely I'm going to touch on all of them, but it's obviously, there's a lot to cover there. As far as like a good crypto exchange, really any of the top tier one or any tier one crypto exchange is going to be good. If you just type it on Google, tier one crypto exchanges, kind of depends on where you live. I use Kraken. I've used a lot of crypto exchanges over the years. Kraken has been the best for me. I know it's not available in some areas. A lot of people use Coinbase. I personally quit using Coinbase because their fees are insane. I think they're the most sensitive crypto exchange. They freeze the most accounts and lock the most accounts. But any tier one crypto exchange, Kraken, Coinbase if you really want to, Gemini, there's like crypto.com. But again, I really like Kraken. And all those are pretty much as safe as they get, at least for, buying cryptocurrency. I would never recommend storing crypto on an exchange. Exchanges are not for storing crypto. They're exchanges. They're for buying, selling, trading. As far as what is a good user-friendly cold wallet, Tangem is going to be the most user-friendly cold wallet you can get. And I would almost say that's a fact. I mean, it really is. It's easier to use than like your traditional banking app. And the only thing you need to use it is the Tangem card right here. This is what it looks like. And your iOS or Android mobile phone, as long as it has NFC, which most phones do, you'll be able to use it. And I have an entire playlist on my channel dedicated to Tangem. I have a user guide. If you type in Tangem Wallet user guide on YouTube, I've got a review. I've got a video where I answer 40 different questions. So yeah, if you're starting with your first cold wallet, I would look into Tangem. And the best way to manage the tax records, again, just what I was explaining to Boss Nova, is I use CoinLedger. But if you also type it on YouTube, how to file crypto taxes, my video will pop up. So hopefully that'll get you started. If you have any questions, let me know. If you want some more guided or personal help, definitely consider joining the school community that I mentioned. That link is in the description if you want to check it out. Yeah, Uphold's another exchange that people use for sure. Love the channel, learn a lot about cold wallets. Awesome, thank you. And I'm glad because I talk a lot about cold wallets on this channel. Crazy Pond says, hey, thanks for all you do for many people. My go-to guy for security. Question, what about Ledger IPO in USA? Some people say this is a worry. Yeah, I just saw this. I didn't read too much into it. I don't really have much to say about Ledger IPO right now, just because I'm not educated on the subject. I was browsing on Twitter or X for a little bit. I saw someone mention it, but I didn't look beyond that. So let me get back to you on that. Tansfinity says, I bought my first cold wallet Tangem because of your videos. Awesome. Yeah, I mean, even my own videos make me want to buy more Tangem wallets. That's why at this point I think I have 9 Tangem wallets now. So Mr. John, for the school link, if you want to join the Skrilla's crypto school that I was talking about, the link is down in the description of this live stream. So yeah, it should bring you to this page right here. You can watch the video if you want. You can see exactly what you get. I may as well go over this. So like the video title said, if you're just getting here, I am taking, I'm still going to be on YouTube. That's still, I'm not moving away from that, but I am moving our community and certain members beyond YouTube. For those of you who want more personalized and direct access to me and want a community who is solely dedicated to navigating crypto securely. But with the school community, you get group calls. So we're going to start with 2 group calls per month. These will be hour-long group calls. All the sessions will be recorded, so you can go back and watch them later if you aren't able to join. There is a Q&A board or a community board where you can ask me and the community questions 24/7, and then we can learn from each other because, I mean, a lot of the stuff that I've learned has been from this YouTube channel, and I plan to do exactly that with the school community as well. I am considering doing live webinars, so if there's topics that you would like to see me cover, I could basically do live classes on how to do certain things. I'm also considering I can easily contact, Tangem, Ledger, Trezor, really any of the hardware wallet companies that you want to learn more about. I can get their team into our live calls if you want to ask their team questions directly. So we could do stuff like that. And then you get direct DM access to me. So once you join the community, there's a little, if you go up here to the message box, to the chat, you can shoot me a message. And if you have any pressing questions, I can answer them directly. And you are joining a security focused community. We all care about security. We're all there to help each other. And it'll be a good way to share breaking news the moment it happens, not days later. And then, of course, as always, I'll have exclusive deals and for hardware wallets and other services. And I would imagine because this is a more exclusive community, some of the hardware wallet brands, like I know I've talked with Trezor in the past, they'll be more willing to offer better discounts than they do to my YouTube channel, which is kind of weird. But they know that so many people watch the channel that they don't want to necessarily give away the best discounts. But they have mentioned if I had like a smaller community that I could offer those discounts within the community. So I'm sure there's opportunities for that. And that's kind of the cool thing about this school community is we get to help, we get to all grow it together and ultimately make it the community that we all want to be a part of. So it's going to take some time. I'm excited to do it. But yeah, link to that if you want to learn more is down in the description. It is $25 a month. That is what I'm calling the founders price, if you will. It won't always be $25 a month. I'm assuming there's probably going to be decent demand for this as I start to let people know about it. Again, this is the first time I'm talking about it. So that price will go up, but not if you join. Like whatever price you join at, like if it's $25 today and next month it's $30, you'll always be locked in at that $25 price. You're never going to pay more than you initially subscribed for. So it's not anything weird like that. Let's see. Talking about the Tangem ring. Did anyone else notice the CEO of Coinbase had a Tangem ring on his middle finger? Interesting. I don't know. I don't doubt that, but I kind of doubt that. It was probably just another like a normal black ring, and that's the thing that I always say about Tangem is it looks like any other ring. So just purely off of looks, it'd be impossible to know if he's actually wearing a Tangem ring. That would be cool, though. Would be cool. Cheryl says, thank you, Skril. Absolutely. Thank you for joining the live stream. John says, I would highly recommend people join us because having a community in crypto is a lifesaver. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, having community anywhere in life is good, whether that's, locally where you live. There's lots of different communities. Could be the gym, church, online communities is a no-brainer. I mean, we all live on the internet nowadays. But since we're all over the world and we have shared interests, we obviously can't meet up all the time. So we're essentially meeting on the internet. Your videos saved me from a scam. Nice. Super happy to hear that. That's always the goal. I'd be curious to know what scam it was so that we could all avoid it, but I'm glad that you avoided that. CoinLedger is easy to use. Did my taxes on it this year? Yeah, I think I've used a couple different tax softwares. when I first started filing my crypto taxes, I was using Zen Ledger, which it's okay as well, but I really like Coin Ledger, and I like their free portfolio tracker that they have. James says he's Canadian. Shout out to Canada. We have lots of different people here on the channel. What is your POV on Trezor in comparison with Ledger? Thank you for all this awesome free knowledge. Regards from Paris. Shout out to Paris. So for me personally, Trezor, Ledger, those are top brands in the hardware wallet space. I mean, they are the first two brands that were around. Trezor being the first hardware wallet brand. They launched the Trezor Model 1 in 2014, I believe. And then Ledger also launched, I think their company was created in 2014. I'm not sure when they launched their first wallet. I think it was a couple years later. I could be wrong. But yeah, both Trezor and Ledger, I personally use them to secure my crypto. I trust them to do the job. In terms of like actual usability, Ledger has more coin support. And that's probably about it. Ledger is also 95% open source, whereas Trezor is technically 100% open source. And some other slight differences is Ledger. Like if you use any of their Bluetooth models, which is every model except for the Ledger Nano S Plus, the Bluetooth can only be used to connect to your mobile device. If you want to use it on your desktop device, you have to plug it in using a USB-C cable. But with the new Trezor Safe 7, which is my personal favorite Trezor wallet now, it's their first completely wireless wallet. That one, you can actually use the Bluetooth to connect to both your mobile and desktop device. But honestly, I don't think you can go wrong with either one. They're both going to secure your crypto equally well. The things that I would check most importantly is coin support, because again, Trezor supports less cryptocurrencies than Ledger, or less networks. So the first thing I would check is coin support. Make sure whichever one you end up going with supports the cryptos that you hold. And then device compatibility, which some of the older Trezor models don't really work well with mobile devices. They're more desktop devices like the Trezor Safe 3 and the Safe 5. You can technically use them with Android devices plugged in, but they're not like mobile native wallets. Whereas all of Ledger's wallets, with the exception of the Nano S Plus, they're both mobile and desktop compatible. But like I said, the Trezor Safe 7 is the first wireless wallet, so it is completely compatible with mobile and desktop. But that's where I would start. Xtrip says, I always share your channel when onboarding friends and family. Thank you. Word of mouth is probably the best way to share anything, just because if someone is willing to say, hey, I watch this YouTube channel, that's a big trust signal. So thank you. Dun, dun, dun. Bitcoin under legal legislation says, is it true if you don't send funds from your address, it is highly unlikely to expose your keys? Is it true if you don't send funds? I think this is specific for Bitcoin. So I think there's a theory that if quantum computing ever becomes powerful enough, that when you send a Bitcoin transaction from your address, that it could potentially find the private key for that address. Now, again, this is a theory. This isn't something that can currently happen. So technically, if quantum computing does get to that point, then I guess that would be true. But as of right now, that's not really the case, and it's not something that you need to worry about. So that's what I would say about that. Do you know of any non-KYC exchanges? I've definitely done some research, and I have found some, but none that I personally would recommend using, except, yeah, there's not really any that I found. This is something I need to revisit, and I'll probably make a video on the best non-KYC crypto exchanges, but I just don't think there's that many that are that great or that trustworthy. That's the only problem. So let me get back to you on that. But that's definitely a topic that I think is worth covering. Matthew says, I have $100 finally to spare, looking to get Tangent Wallet. Do you have any discounts running right now with your name? Yeah, so I always have a discount with the Tangent Wallet. I mean, you can use my code Cyberskrilla. It's one word. It's the name of the channel, but one word. When you check out on their website, you get 10% off your entire order year round. That discount always applies. But if you go to Tangent's website right now, I can actually show you. Let me take you over there. So they do have a deal going on right now. When you combine their deal with my discount, you get 20% off your order. So if you go to tangem.com, then you click Get Wallet. Let me just erase these two. Let's just say this is what it looks like. The first thing you want to do is tap the Claim Now button. This is going to apply Tangem's discount. So that's going to get you 10% off. But then if you go to the Add Promo and just type in Cyberskrilla and apply that, you have now gotten 20% off your entire order, which reduces the price significantly. And depending on what you get, you can get free shipping if you got like a family pack or the Tangem ring. But yeah, that's the deal that's going on right now. Basically 20% off using my code stacked with Tangem's code. So pretty cool. Good question. Peace of Mind says, if I die, can my family members access my crypto if I provide them with seed phrase in my will? Yes, the seed phrase is all you need to access your crypto. But here's some other things you need to consider. One, does your family know what a seed phrase is and how it works? You'd probably want to leave instructions for them to use that seed phrase to access your cryptocurrency. Second, you wouldn't want to put your seed phrase in the actual will because someone else is preparing that will for you. Now, we would like to think that the person preparing your will isn't going to access your seed phrase, but who's to say that they wouldn't, right? You don't want to give them that trust. So what would be a better option is to have your seed phrase stored in a secure location that your family could access once you die, and basically just leave instructions in the will with how to access the seed phrase and how to use it. I think that's one of the best approaches. Do you think it's more safe to buy a dedicated device for my Tangent wallet? I feel unsafe having it on my daily phone. I don't think that's necessary at all. Tangem's not designed to be used on a dedicated Tangem phone. That wouldn't make any sense. It's designed to be used on your everyday phone. The most important thing is that your phone isn't like jailbroken or anything. So because you're essentially like hacking your own phone. So as long as you're using your phone how it was designed to be used, and more importantly, you're using the official Tangem app, you're going to be good. I've been using my Tangem wallets on, at this point, 4 different phones for 3 years now. It's never been an issue. So, Mr. John found it. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I'm glad you found the link. Stan Smith, nice profile picture. Hi, mate. Will Apple SE 3rd Gen work with Tangem wallet? Let me see. Let me check real quick. That was released in 2022. Let's see. iPhone. How can I get it? This is specifications. Try downloading those tools from the store. As long as your iPhone SE has NFC or near field communication, which is the technology that supports contactless payments like Apple Pay and stuff. Let me pause this. So as long as it supports NFC, then Tangem should work with your phone. I've used Tangem on a much older iPhone, an iPhone 7 with success. So yes, as long as that your 3rd gen has NFC, you should be good. Xander from Medellin, Colombia. Awesome. Super cool to have you on the live stream. Shout out Colombia. Jenny says, you are the only one I trust. Thank you for the truth and information. Thank you, Jenny, for your kind words. And yeah, I do my best to provide the most accurate information on this channel. Of course, I'm not perfect. I've made mistakes in the past, and I'm sure I'll make mistakes again, but My goal is always to provide the truth and be a source of truth, at least for the crypto space, as much as I can. So I do appreciate you. Matthew, I did already answer this question. I'm sure you already saw it, but yes, I do have discounts for Tangem. Just use the code CyberSkrill at checkout. You can stack that with Tangem's code on their website. Silver Pug says, "Is it not better to stay solely within DeFi to stay away from fiat and only use when necessary?" I don't think it has to be one or the other, right? It's both. The reality is the current world still runs on fiat currency, whether that's in cash form or digital form using your bank card or Apple Pay. The reality is most people are paying for stuff in fiat. But that doesn't mean that you can't also have a savings in the DeFi space or in crypto, right? So I don't think you need to choose one or the other. I think you just need to decide what percentage you're going to allocate to both, right? Because for at least for me, I'm still paying my rent and my groceries and insurance and things like that. That's all in fiat currency. I'm not paying that in Bitcoin or USDC. Although technically you could, I don't think it's necessary right now. But I don't think it's a bad idea to have, maybe like a savings in something like Bitcoin, right? Well, that's just my opinion. John says, making a community is a great idea, and people should know that statistically, people that join a crypto community do way better in crypto than people just trying to do it on their own. Yeah, I would say that's a fact, and that's really for a lot of things. Like I always go back to the gym. Like sometimes it's just like accountability and having people that you can talk to is what is like the huge unlock, and that's why I'm excited for the school community that I have going on right now. And I do want to touch on that. So again, if you're joining this live stream late, I am moving. I'm still doing YouTube, but I'm moving beyond YouTube as a platform, and I've started what I call Skrilla's Crypto School. And if you want to check it out on this exact page that I'm showing you, the link's in the description. But I'll go over what you get again here in a second. But like a trading crypto community, we're not going to talk about like these are the coins I'm buying or buy this coin right now. Like it's not a trading community or anything like that. That's not really what I talk about. This is solely focused on navigating the crypto space, managing your portfolio, securing your crypto, and staying up to date with all the latest things that are happening in crypto. But this isn't like, buy this meme coin that's going to pump 100x and become a millionaire overnight. That's not what I do. It's not what I talk about, and I don't think that's super helpful. Uh, Recently, I had a realization. I don't know why it took me so long, but the realization is a lot of people who are investing in crypto. The reason that most people don't make money isn't because they're like investing in the wrong coins, even though that I would argue that is a pretty big part of it as well. But the main reason is people lose so much money they're never going to even break even. I mean, if you like one of our subscribers got scammed for an entire Bitcoin for $80,000. How's he going to come back from that unless he just loaded, right? Like, how do you come back from an $80,000 loss? You basically you'll never profit in crypto at that point. So my realization was, I think the big key, the big unlock for investing in crypto beyond finding a coin that you have conviction in and holding it and eventually selling it for a profit is just not getting scammed and not losing money. If you do that, you're going to be ahead of 90% of people. That's exactly why my channel exists. That's exactly why I started this school community. Yeah, just a quick, brief overview of this community again. What you get for 25 bucks a month, and you can cancel anytime. Of course, you're not locked into a contract or anything. It's month to month. You could try it for a month. If you don't like it, you could just, unsubscribe or whatever. But what you get is 2 group calls per month. So everyone here, we can, as the community continues to grow, we can find times that work best for everyone because we're all over the world. But it'll be 2 group calls per month, and these will be recorded calls. So if you miss the call, you can always go back and watch it. But I'll be answering your questions live in these group calls. If we just have any topics we want to talk about or just hang out and chat, We're gonna be doing that twice a month for about an hour per call. There's also a Q&A board, so you can ask me questions 24/7, any questions you have. You can get feedback from me and from other community members. I'm also considering doing live webinars. If there's any topics or tutorials that you wanna see live, we can go over that. I can do live webinars. I also think it'd be cool um, to get people from Trezor and Tangem and Ledger into these group calls so that we can ask them questions directly. So I can easily set that up if that's something that we're interested in doing. You also get DM access to me. So this is really going to be the only way to direct message me. I don't offer that on YouTube. Obviously, they don't even have a DM option. So you'll message me. I'll get it on my phone, and I'll be able to reply. Usually within 48 hours. I usually don't work on the weekends, but Monday through Friday, I'm pretty available. And you are joining a security focused community. So you're joining a group of like minded people. It's not just me, it's everyone. We're all helping each other out. And we all have similar interests, which is cool. We help each other stay secure. And then I'll have exclusive deals and discounts, um, probably pretty similar to what I offer here on YouTube. But I think some hardware wallet brands might be willing to offer even more exclusive discounts specifically for this school community since it is more exclusive. But just to walk you through kind of what it looks like, this is the community tab. So we have a few different tabs here. You have a spot where you can introduce yourself. This is just general discussion. We could talk about really anything. Then there's also a Q&A. We already have Mary joined us last night, which is crazy that she found this link because this is the first time I'm talking about it. But I have a couple spots on. I have the link hidden in a couple spots on the YouTube channel, or not hidden, on like a couple videos and stuff. So I think some people have seen it. But yeah, like she was asking about her XRP transfer, and a pretty straightforward question. I answer this question within a few minutes, and I don't think she'd seen the answer yet, but hopefully she can get that resolved. But basically, another cool thing. What was I going to show you? Yeah, it's not just me replying; it's also other people. So other people from the community, we can all chat together here. I'm going to update this. That's called discounts. I'll list all my favorite cold wallets and deals here. And anytime there's breaking news, whether that's like hacks, major updates, anything like that, I'll be able to post them here so that you know immediately and not later on. The classroom, I don't plan on doing like courses or anything because I think there's more value in doing like and having live conversations, whether that's on the community board or in DMs or on the live group calls. But if there's anything that the community wants to see, um, I'm definitely not opposed to creating specific videos for our community here. So if I do, I can add all that here. The calendar, this is more for me, but this is where I will schedule all of our live calls. We can do Q&As, we can do again, we can just hang out and sip coffee together, whatever. And yeah, that's pretty much the bulk of it. So the link to this, if you want to check it out, is in the description. Um, and like I said, right now the founder's price is 25 bucks a month. Right here, it's 25 bucks a month. As you can see, we've already had three more members join. Thank you so much since starting this live stream. Super excited to get to know you all personally. Yeah, the $25 a month, this is the starting price. So everyone who's joining right now for the $25 a month, they're going to be locked in at that price forever. It's never going to go up for them. However, as we get more members and as the demand continues to grow, to keep the community more exclusive, because I can only imagine having like 100,000 people in here would be kind of insane. So to keep it kind of exclusive, the price will go up as demand grows. Obviously, I'm not going to make it, insanely expensive. I want to keep this affordable. Um, but yeah, 25 bucks a month right now, month to month. It's not like a contract or anything. So James says the cash register rings. Yeah, apparently when someone signs up, it has a cash register sound. So that's pretty funny. Um, It was a scam where the scammer wanted me to set up a hot wallet. Okay, so it sounds like it was the Web3 scam that you avoided. Yeah, that was one of the that's probably one of the most popular recent crypto scams is that stupid Web3, like, stop using cold wallets, use Web3 or whatever. That's why I had to make that video about it because I just there were too many people asking me if it was legit. I'm glad you were able to avoid that. David says, "Can I know if I transfer my funds to my Tangent wallet, can my, address be frozen or blocked in any case by anyone?" So your address can't be frozen. It's a decentralized address that exists on the blockchain. No one has control over your address. No one like, no other wallet can necessarily block your address. I will say, though, technically speaking, crypto exchanges, because they're centralized companies, they have the ability to blacklist wallet addresses if they wanted to. They only do this for, like, scammers. Like, when a major cryptocurrency hack or scam occurs and, someone loses $20,000,000, if they catch it in time, the exchange does have the ability to blacklist the scammer's address so that they can't cash out the crypto. That way they can hopefully recover it somehow. But for like a normal person who's just trading crypto, the exchange is going to freeze your cold wallet address. Fly Ingo says, I didn't start investing in crypto until October 8th of last year. So about a year strong now, a little more. Then October 10th happened. Finding your channel and info helped me put my mind at ease. I now have 4 wallets. Thanks. Nice. Super cool. And I'm glad that you're living a little more stress free now and sleeping better at night, hopefully. Darren Jackson says, just signed up. Love your content. Thank you, Darren. Awesome. Super happy to have you in the community. Look forward to chatting with you and getting to know you more. Really appreciate you. Mr. John says, I like this guy. I think he has a genuine character and uh, will do good and help people make money. And I think he wants to make the money not because he needs it, but to do good things in the world. Um, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, of course, my goal is to provide value. Like I literally have a hard time posting content that's not valuable. At the end of the day, this is my full-time job, so of course I have to charge and make money from this stuff because this is how I pay my bills and support my family. But it's just like any other job, honestly. I mean, this is a job that requires a lot of work and a lot of effort. So yeah, I'm not scared to hide the fact that I do make money from my YouTube channel and from the school community. It's kind of a no-brainer, but yeah, I appreciate you saying that. What about BitTunix? Not the most popular reputable exchange. I've never used it, so I can't comment on it personally. They sure email me a lot though to try to promote their crypto exchange. Um, I'm sure it's fine, but again, I haven't used it personally, so I can't personally recommend it. Mr. John says, Skrilla, what platform is safest or best to trade? I heard Trust Wallet combined with Cold Wallets and Trust Wallet, but um, it depends on what you mean by trade. You can just trade crypto directly from your cold wallet. Like if you're just swapping crypto, you can do that directly in your cold wallet. You can do that on a crypto exchange. Now, if you're trying to buy like meme coins or specific coins that might not be available on a crypto exchange, then you would have to use a decentralized exchange. For Ethereum, that would be something like Uniswap, or for Solana, that would be something like Jupiter. If you're using those DeFi platforms, you definitely don't want to connect your main cold wallet to them because you risk signing a malicious transaction approval. So for trading, for things like that, you could use any reputable hot wallet, right? So the way that I do it is you keep the majority of your crypto portfolio, that you want to secure. You keep that in your cold wallet. That's like your vault or your savings account. And then any money that you want to trade with, you could put that into a hot wallet, or you could use a separate cold wallet. It's really up to you. But you could put that into a hot wallet, just in the amount that you need for the trade. Get your trade done, and then move your stuff to your permanent cold wallet. But yeah, any reputable hot wallet, MetaMask, Phantom. I don't use Trust Wallet. I don't like it, especially with the recent. Well, they've had a few hacks in the past. I personally like Phantom and MetaMask. So, what do you think about this crash, and what's your predictions on Bitcoin? I don't see this as a crash. I mean, Bitcoin has been in a bull market for since its existence. Bitcoin, this is nothing new. This happens every year. If you zoom out, if you go and look at the Bitcoin chart right now and zoom out since the day that it started, it goes like this. Up, 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 up. So yeah, this is completely normal. I don't call this a crash. As far as predictions on Bitcoin, I don't do predictions. I don't know. I don't believe anyone knows. But being that Bitcoin is the number one cryptocurrency in the world, um, I think there's a high likelihood that it will continue to do well. So I'll say that. Um, Hello, Cyber Skrill. I love your informative and easy to follow podcast. Is there any way if you choose a family pack, you can choose different two different cards of your choice? Um, can, but I think I might be misunderstanding exactly what you mean. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So if you go to Tangent's website, nice, they got a new they got a new card. So yeah, by the way, again, I'll just show you this. So for the family pack, you can only choose 2 packs. It's 2 3-packs. That's what you get with the family pack. So the first pack has to be either the classic black or the stealth editions. That's your only choice for that one. And then the second pack can be any one of these. So for sure, like 3 cards are going to be the same. You're getting 2 separate 3-packs. You can't mix and match the different designs, but they all work the same, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, this Tangem deal is still going on. Again, if you go to Tangem's website and you click the claim now that they have on their website, you enter my code Cyberskrilla. Not only are you getting 20% off your order, you're also getting free Bitcoin. So if you order these ones, you get $10 in free Bitcoin. If you order the family pack, um, I guess it's just the family pack, you get $20 in free Bitcoin and free shipping. So, yeah, hopefully that answered your question. If I use Tangent Wallet for my crypto holdings and use the same seed phrase and Trust Wallet can access my same crypto assets. Okay, a couple things. Yes, you can. A seed phrase isn't brand specific. You can pretty much use a seed phrase in any wallet as long as it supports those cryptocurrencies. If you import your seed phrase into a wallet that doesn't support the crypto you hold on that seed phrase, you just won't be able to see it. Doesn't mean it disappears. It's just you can't manage it. That said, you never want to use your cold wallet seed phrase in a hot wallet. That defeats the entire purpose of using the cold wallet. But in a worst case scenario, if you needed to access your Tangent wallet seed phrase, that's how you want to put it in a hot wallet like Trust Wallet or MetaMask or whatever, you could technically do that. Yes. Flying Lingo, I doubt you'll get an identical seed phrase. I don't think that's what he's asking. I think he's asking if he can import the seed phrase that he generated on his Tangent wallet into his Trust wallet. Would you consider doing a podcast showing us how to use DeFi? DeFi covers like a bunch of different things. There's liquidity pools, there's mining crypto, there's claiming airdrops, there's swapping crypto. There's a bunch of different things. So that's like asking, "Can you show me how to make dinner?" It's like, okay, well, what do you want me to make for dinner? Are we having spaghetti? Are we doing pizza? Um, if you have something specific that you want to learn, I would consider doing it. Just depends. Dan Smith, you are absolutely welcome. Thank you. DeFi can be intimidating for sure. Yeah, I mean, DeFi is where 90% of people get scammed. So you definitely have to know how to navigate it. Frank says, can you use two different cold wallets like Ledger and Tangem simultaneously with the same seed phrase? Um, I have it, but it is recommended to carry a card. Yeah, again, seed phrases are not brand specific. There are some things that you might have to do to get your like Tangent wallet seed phrase to work in a Ledger wallet, but there is a guide on how to do that on Tangem's website. But yeah, you can do that. Like if you had 100 different cold wallets, You could technically use the same seed phrase in all those cold wallets and have access to all the same crypto and do that. So you can definitely do that. Do you think in the case of wanting the Tangem seed option, but being afraid my phone might be compromised, that it would be better to get a Trezor where the seed is shown on the device itself? Um, Kinda depends. Those are 2 completely separate wallets. If your phone is compromised, I wouldn't even be worried about what wallet I'm using. I'd be worried that my phone is compromised, and I would, work on getting that fixed. That said, the way the Tangem app is designed is that it's completely isolated from other software on your phone. That's why it's immune to, malware and things. Also, it has disabled native phone features such as screen recording, screenshots, key logging. That's all disabled within the app. So software outside of the app, you can't do that. And I've tested this myself. If you set up a seed phrase in Tangem and try to screenshot it or do a screen recording, if it even lets you now, it actually shows up blank. So like the video's blank. There's no seed phrase. So yeah, it's never been an issue that I've seen with Tangem setting up the wallet. Um, but I would focus on getting your phone taken care of before you even getting a cold wallet because that's a pretty big issue. Let's see. You meant showing how to use DeFi. Yeah, again, if there's something specific in DeFi that you want to learn how to do, I might consider making a video about it. It just depends on what it is. Uphold savings account with direct deposit gives 10%. Correct me if I'm wrong. I have no idea. I don't use Uphold. So yeah. Matt says, how do we do a savings account in crypto? It kind of depends on what you mean by a savings account. But when I talk about a savings account, what I mean is having one dedicated hardware wallet or cold wallet where you store your crypto portfolio, where you store your investments, right? Um, and you really only use it for holding your crypto. So you send crypto to it, you send crypto from it, like if you're sending it back to an exchange, but you don't send it to any website, you don't interact with any DeFi platforms with it. That's what I'm talking about when I talk about a savings account in crypto. Um, that's how I do it. So I don't know if that answered your question, but Mr. Glock says 90% of all people in crypto lose their money. Yeah, I mean, that's that's a fact. I would say that is a fact. At this point, crypto most people treat crypto like gambling, especially when you're getting into meme coins and things like that. Not so popular right now because the market's down, but there's a lot of gambling going on in crypto. If you're trying to day trade or, like, buy these meme coins and, sell it the next day, your odds are probably better by going to Vegas, to be quite honest. Kryptoni, happy to see you on the live stream. Thanks for joining. I don't use my earnings for my crypto. I have a couple $100 worth of crypto in mining apps. I have like I have north of $60 in the exchange Coinbase that is just hanging out. Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, I mean, you do whatever works for you. I don't personally keep any amount of crypto on a crypto exchange. It's just not something I do. I've had a bad experience with that. Personally, Coinbase froze my funds after I had been a customer for several years, and then my friend had his Coinbase account locked for a year. And it's not like he didn't try to get it unlocked. He was in contact with customer support. He sent them all the information they needed, his identity, selfie, proof of address. He sent them all that stuff, and they basically told him, "Sorry, there's nothing we can do." That's unacceptable to me, especially when you have money sitting in an account. Not only money, but extremely volatile currencies like crypto. So if an exchange is holding your crypto hostage for months or even years, you're probably missing out on the opportunity to take. That's what you're trying to do. So, um, just join the school. This will be a great channel. Thank you so much. Awesome. Excited to have you in the community. Thank you. Sammy says, "Hi, bro. You have really been a wake up call since you started making a video about secure and crypto. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. May I suggest you an idea for the next video? Absolutely. If you have any ideas or things you want to see me make videos about, definitely feel free to share that with me. A lot of my best videos have come from our audience. The more the merrier. That said, if it's, like, super specific questions, I generally don't make videos about that. That would be something that the school community would be better for. If you have specific questions that you want answered or that you want me to look into, that's where something like a community comes in, because I'm not gonna make a super specific video just for one person. Just it doesn't make sense for me to do. Definitely any ideas you have, feel free to drop them. John says, "And the best part about being in his community is if you have questions about a transaction or a message or anything, um, you can you get that you're not sure of, it's a scam, you can post it." Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Can you do a review on the Keystone Cold Wallet since they made their own browser and mobile wallet, and how to? So I do have the Keystone Cold Wallet. That review still applies. The only difference is, instead of using an app like MetaMask, you just use the Keystone Nexus app. So I don't know if you've seen that review, but I do have a Keystone Cold Wallet review on my channel, and I think in that review there's like a user guide as well. If I remember correctly, it's been a while. Is there a hardware wallet that you don't have to pay for? Um, well, like that, I mean, you'll always have to pay for a hardware wallet. It's a product that's being sold by a company. So there's not companies giving away hardware wallets necessarily. If you're talking about fees or something, hardware wallets don't charge fees just to use their wallet. Like if you're just sending crypto to a hardware wallet and holding it there to secure it, you're not paying any fees from the hardware wallet. Of course, there's always the blockchain transaction or transfer fees and things like that, but there's no fees to use a hardware wallet. Now, if you're using third party features through your hardware wallet, like you're buying crypto, selling crypto, swapping it, staking it, the third parties that the hardware wallets partner with to provide those services are going to charge you a fee, of course. But again, it's not a hardware wallet fee, those are third party fees. Um, let's see. Crypto Canex says, "Is Edge Wallet okay?" So I've never used Edge Wallet. That is a hot wallet. So might be good for interacting with DeFi, but I would never recommend keeping any amount of crypto on Edge Wallet or any hot wallet, whether that's MetaMask, Trust Wallet, Phantom, Exodus, whatever it may be. Those aren't software apps where you want to keep your crypto or the keys to your crypto. If your goal is to secure your crypto, you really want to get a hardware wallet. Tim Shirley says, "Your content has been very useful and educational for me, starting investing in crypto. I love my Tango Cold Wallet, and it gives me peace of mind knowing that my assets are safe. Keep up the awesome work." Awesome. I mean, that's the best feeling, right? Is knowing that your investments are safe. You can sleep good at night. You're living stress free. Now, if the market would just go green, that'd be even better. Thoughts on Uphold? Is a reputable platform. If you like it and it works for you, then it's fine using it. Again, I would never recommend holding any crypto on any centralized crypto exchange, whether it's Uphold, Coinbase, Kraken, Gemini, Crypto.com, Robinhood. Those are not places to hold crypto. Even Kraken admits this. Crypto exchanges are not intended to be cryptocurrency wallets. They provide a service. That service is on ramping, so turning your fiat into your cash into crypto, and vice versa, selling your crypto for cash, as well as trading if you do that on a centralized exchange. But I don't personally hold any amount of crypto on any crypto exchange, because at the end of the day, you have to remember you don't own crypto that's on an exchange. It's not your crypto. It's not in your wallet. It is held in the exchange's wallets. You're in control. You control the keys. That's why they can freeze your funds and lock your account. Don't use Ethereum. That is an extortion gas deal. I think something should be worth $0. Ethereum should be worth, yeah. I mean, Ethereum gas fees aren't bad right now. When the network gets busy, they're absolutely terrible. But right now, it's like $1 or $2. Micah the Gamer Wolf says, "Hello, should I get a Ledger and Tangent wallet to have my portfolio diversified?" So yeah, I definitely am all for diversifying your portfolio. What that looks like will depend on how you want to do it. you know? If you had, like, this is just an example, if you have $10,000 in crypto, maybe you just wanna make it simple and say you put 5,000 on one wallet, 5,000 on the other, or maybe you wanna separate it so you have a Bitcoin wallet, like, an Ethereum wallet. Again, just examples. But yeah, if your goal is to diversify your crypto, then having, separate cold wallets makes that really convenient and easy to do. I don't know if you use Ledger or Tangent currently. You don't necessarily need to get different cold wallet brands if you wanna diversify your crypto, because again, the seed phrase isn't brand specific. So if you ever need to move to a new cold wallet, you'll be able to do that. So like, for example, if you're using Ledger right now and you really enjoy Ledger, then you could probably just get another Ledger wallet and call it good. Or if you're using Tangent right now, just get another Tangent wallet, call it good. Or you can use a Ledger and a Tangent. Really just depends on what you wanna do. I don't think there's a right or wrong answer. But for sure, if your goal is to diversify your crypto, which I do recommend doing, 2 cold wallets is the way to go. Thank you. I wanted an alternative to the black ones. Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, unfortunately, with the Tangent family pack, you kinda have to get the black ones, and then the other set can be whatever you want. Shout out to Dweet Morrow. I said that right. Thanks for joining. Micah the Gamer Wolf says, "Are Bitcoins on ETH or Solana networks synthetic Bitcoins?" You're probably talking about wrapped Bitcoin, which I guess you could kinda say it's like a synthetic Bitcoin, but basically, when you buy, like, a wrapped token, they're just giving you, their own version that's whose which value is held one to one. So, like, if you wanna hold Bitcoin on Ethereum, it's like you get Bitcoin, but it's not actually Bitcoin, but I guess being that it's a synthetic version of the coin is a good way to go about it. That said, I don't know why you would want to hold Bitcoin on really any other network than the native Bitcoin network. That's just my opinion. You can definitely do it. I know there's like Solana network fees are way cheaper than Bitcoin. But personally, for me, it just makes sense to Bitcoin on the Bitcoin network. So what is the risk if I insert my Tangent seed phrase into Trust Wallet with no scammers helping me whatsoever? Are there any risks even without having someone? Yeah, of course. I mean, why did you choose to use a cold wallet in the first place? Because hot wallets aren't they're not secure. Currently, if you're using your Tangent wallet as your main wallet, the seed phrase, the keys to your crypto, they're stored offline. They're stored offline inside the secure chip inside the card. That's where your keys are currently stored. If you go and import your seed phrase into an app like Trust Wallet, you have effectively removed your keys or moved your keys from offline, and you're now putting them on your internet connected device, which is your phone, which is now what's the word I'm looking for? It's affected by malware. So if you get malware on your phone, anything like that, it could compromise your key. And this happens all the time. And this is why people use cold wallets in the first place. And this is why they were created. The goal when it comes to securing your crypto is to secure the keys to your crypto. And the best way you can do that is by removing your keys from any digital space. So by taking the key that's currently offline on your Tangent cards and moving it into a wallet app that's on your internet connected device, you are exposing that keys to all the risks that you're originally trying to protect it from. Hopefully, I explained that well. How do you get money deposited from the bank by using a cold wallet? How do you get money deposited from the bank? So I'm not sure I understand your question, um, but if you're trying to like sell crypto from your cold wallet and get that money into your bank, there's a couple ways you can do it. A lot of cold wallets allow you to sell directly from the cold wallet itself. However, just know when you do that, you're actually interacting with a third party crypto exchange. Um, so you'll sell it on the exchange, and then you'll link your bank account to that exchange. And once you sell your crypto for cash, you'll be able to then withdraw that cash directly to your bank account. And it's the same if you send your crypto from your cold wallet to an external exchange like Kraken, and then you sell the crypto on Kraken and then cash out to your bank account from there. So basically, you link your account to the crypto exchange, and that's how you get your crypto out. But if you're talking about the opposite, of getting, I guess, money into crypto, then same thing. You would set up a crypto exchange account, you connect your bank account, you buy crypto, and then you send it over to your cold wallet. Not sure if I answered your question, but what is a good phone for a cold wallet? Um, so just to clarify, a phone itself is not a cold wallet. Now if you're asking what's a good phone that will work with a cold wallet, like if you wanna use your phone with Ledger or Tangem, really any modern day, like, iPhone or, Android phone is going to do fine. Personally, I prefer iOS iPhones. I do not like Androids at all. That's an argument for another day, but also I just believe iPhones are more secure. So, let's see. I'm doing a titanium recovery seed backup that will go into a bank safety deposit box. Um, that's cool. Definitely titanium backup is great. Again, though, with the safety deposit box, kinda sketchy because technically someone at the bank has access to your seed phrase now. If you were going to do that, a better option, potentially, and this is what the Winklevoss twins, do. If you don't know the Winklevoss twins, they own billions of dollars worth of cryptocurrency, and they are actually the founders of, the Gemini crypto exchange. But what they did, I'm sure they still do it, is they actually took their seed phrase, they wrote it down on separate, let's call it separate sheets of paper. So maybe like 3 words on one piece of paper, 3 words on another, and they took those, and those are in, different safety deposit boxes around the world. That way, not a single bank has access to the entire seed phrase because, again, then you're trusting someone to hold your seed phrase for you. Yeah, you would like to trust that banks will not access your seed phrase or things like that, but there's just no guarantee. And because crypto is so, like, a gray area, like, even if let's say a banker did open up the safety deposit box and, recorded your phrase and then stole your crypto, there technically wouldn't be any proof that someone did that. The claim could just be like, "Oh, well, your wallet got hacked," you know? So it's probably not something I do. If I'm going to store it in something like a safety deposit box, I'd at least consider splitting up the seed phrase to some degree and putting it into different safety deposit boxes. Do cold wallets expire? No, cold wallets don't expire. Um, However, technology is constantly evolving, so the cold wallet you buy today might not be the best solution 10 years from now. But currently, that hasn't necessarily been the case. I mean, the Ledger Nano X has been around for almost 10 years. So has the Trezor Model 1, which Trezor doesn't sell anymore, but a lot of people still use it. So it really just depends on how fast technology evolves, but a wallet doesn't expire, and a lot of them can be updated. So, can I put stable coins like USDC and earn 4.3% APY while on your wallet? Yeah, I mean, a lot of wallets do offer, um, earning earning yield or interest on stable coins like Tangem. Tangem is one wallet where you can earn a yield on USDC right now. And I know they're not, I think you can with Ledger as well. Trezor, most wallets you can. Um, does Tangem support multiple receiving addresses and passphrase? If yes, can you show how to set up? So to answer your first question, no, Tangem does not support multiple receiving addresses for the same blockchain network currently. This is something we've all been waiting for a long time. So you only get one Bitcoin address, you get one Ethereum address, you get one Solana address, etc. As far as the passphrase, yes, you can set up a passphrase using a Tangem wallet. You can also import a passphrase using Tangem. I already have a video covering this if you want to see it. Let's see. Tangem. If you just type in on YouTube Tangem wallet passphrase, it'll be the first video to pop up. It's called Make Your Tangem Wallet More Secure Passphrase Setup Tutorial. And this is from one of my older channels called Tangem Answers. But I show you exactly how to set up the passphrase in that video. Ray says all my crypto is on a cold wallet thanks to genuine influencers who give sound advice. Appreciate you. Thank you. I appreciate you supporting the channel and your kind words. Jay says, are you going to do an update video on Tangent Pay? So, yes, I will. However, even though I was invited to join Tangent Pay, after going through the KYC process, it is still not available in my area. So I can't really make a video on Tangent Pay right now. But stay tuned. If I have Bitcoin holding on the centralized exchange and I try to that Bitcoin holding to my Tangent wallet, what network can I use for that? You'd want to use, you could use whatever network both of them support. The most important thing is that you send your crypto on the same network that you're receiving it on in your cold wallet. So if you send Bitcoin on the Bitcoin network, then you're going to receive it on the Bitcoin network in your Tangent wallet. So that's really how you do it. Micah the Gamer Wolf says, I want to reach 1 Bitcoin. Should I buy with every pie of my paycheck to reach 1 Bitcoin? I can't give you financial advice, my friend. Only you know the answer to that. If you have extra money every month, after you're paying all your bills and building up an emergency fund, then yeah, maybe there's a way that you could dollar cost average and buy Bitcoin every paycheck with whatever amount of money you feel comfortable doing that with. But just make sure it's, not money that you're going to need. Again, that's why I say make sure your bills are covered. Make sure you have an emergency fund. Preferably you're not in debt, because probably better to pay off your debt first. But I'm not a financial advisor, but that's just kind of how I look at it. Justin Walker says, hey, Skrilla, how you doing? Doing good. Thank you, Justin. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good Christ Mass and New Year. I did, absolutely. Thank you so much. You as well. Eric says, can you make a video on how to use MetaMask or Phantom wallets? I find them confusing to use. Also, how do you interact with DeFi? For example, I want to buy Monero or Zcash. Interesting. Yeah, I can look into making a video for like MetaMask and stuff. Even it does work exactly the same as using a cold wallet, though. You download the app, you generate your seed phrase, and you're good to go. As far as using them or like interacting with DeFi and doing Monero and stuff, I'll have to look into that. That would be a separate video. What is your opinion on Litecoin? It claims to be the alternative of Bitcoin. I don't have any opinions on Litecoin, and I don't think there's necessarily any alternative to Bitcoin. So that's my thoughts there. Tim says, what are your thoughts on the Clarity Act? Do you worry that self-custody could get compromised? Regards from the Netherlands. I'm not personally worried about it. I don't know a ton about it, but I'm not worried at all that self-custody will get compromised. You can't even compromise self-custody. Cryptocurrency is decentralized. That's the nature of crypto, is being one of the benefits of owning crypto and crypto existing is that you can self-custody it. The only thing that could potentially happen is crypto exchanges could blacklist external wallets, which again just wouldn't really make any sense. I don't see that happening. So they'd be fighting a lot of companies. I have 3 Tangent cards. I can set 3 new seed phrase wallets with every each of them, right? No, you can't. With Tangent, you need a minimum of 2 cards to set up 1 wallet. So if you have 3 cards, you can only set up 1 wallet. And make sure you set up all 3 cards, because if you only set up 2 of the 3 cards, then you're left with 1 useless card. If you want multiple Tangent wallets, again, you need to do it in at least 2 card increments. So let's say you wanted 3 Tangent wallets, you would technically need 6 Tangent cards, 2 cards per wallet. Is it easy to send crypto between Tangent wallets? Oh, absolutely. If you've ever sent crypto before, Darren, it's the same process, but it's even easier in Tangent because it's all within the same app. Let's say you have 2 wallets in the Tangent app. You would just open your Tangent app. You would go to the wallet that you're sending to. You click the receive button. You copy the receiving address. Then you just swipe back over to the send wallet. You hit send. you paste your receiving address, you enter the amount you want to send, scan your card, and you're good to go. Realistically, I could do that in, I don't know, 20 seconds probably. So Canadian Dice Club says, can you touch on when sending crypto from Tangent to an exchange, identifying the right XRP network or the BNB network so you don't lose your crypto? So yeah, I mean, again, you just want to send crypto on the same network. If the XRP that you have in your Tangent wallet is on the XRP network, then when you go to the crypto exchange and select receive, and it asks you what network you want to receive it on, you want to select XRP Ledger because that's what it is in Tangent. Same as if your XRP is on the BNB network in Tangent. If it's currently on BNB network in Tangent and you're sending it to a crypto exchange, when you click receive on the crypto exchange, you would want to choose receive XRP on the BNB network. Do that and you'll be good. I don't currently have a video on that specifically. Switch says no, the 3 cards, 2 backups, so they need to buy another 2-pack to get 2 wallets. Exactly. She Hate Me says they're trying to deposit funds to buy crypto. Well, I covered that, so hopefully that made sense. But yeah, just if you are just joining, I think a lot of you have been here for a minute. But if you're wondering why I titled the video this way, I'm essentially moving off of YouTube. Not to say that I'm not still going to be on YouTube. I'm still 100% going to be on YouTube and continue to publish videos here. But in addition to YouTube, I'm opening up a Skril community. If you haven't heard of Skril, it's a completely different platform where you can join a community. We do live group calls. There's a board where you can post your questions. You can DM me directly. And the reason I'm doing this is because there has been a lot of demand on the channel for like one-on-one consultations and things like that, which is just not something that I want to offer or that I can offer. So what I've decided to do instead is create a Skril community. I'm calling it Skrila's Crypto School. So this is what you get with Skrila's Crypto School. If you want to learn more about it, the link is in the description. But again, we do 2 group calls per month. These are live calls that will last about an hour long. We can just hang out and chat about things. If you have specific questions, we can get those answered or look into them. And also these lives will be recorded, or these, the calls will be recorded so you can watch them later. There's also a Q&A board, so you can post your questions and get direct feedback from myself and from other community members. There's a lot of smart people here on the Cyber Skrilla channel. So we're bringing all that and putting it into one community. I'm also considering doing live webinars. So if there's any specific things that you want to see, like tutorials, I can do that live for the community. I can also bring in members or what am I trying to say here? Staff from different hardware wallet brands. Like if you want to have a discussion or a Q&A session with someone from Tangent or Ledger or Trezor or whoever it may be, I can get them into our live calls and we could all talk together if that's something you're interested in. You also get direct DM access to me. So, it'll show up directly on my phone and I can answer any pressing questions you have. You're also joining a community of like-minded people. So we're all focused on, security. We're all interested in cryptocurrency, probably different types of cryptocurrencies. But ultimately, we're all helping each other stay secure and share breaking news whenever it happens. And of course, I'll be sharing exclusive deals and discounts for like hardware wallets and other different products in the crypto space. But just to show you what it kind of looks like and what'll happen when you first join, you have the general discussion area. You can see James already posted something here. Welcome, James. He's a new member to the community. So yeah, you can post your questions on the general discussion. There's also Q&A. Mary joined last night and I was able to answer one of her questions about transferring XRP. Got back to her within a few minutes. This section will have my favorite cold wallets and deals, and then any breaking news when it happens, that will be listed here as well. The classroom is for courses. I don't plan on doing any courses. I don't have any right now. The main focus here is going to be the live community aspect. So just interacting and engaging with everyone, answering questions. But if there's any content that the community wants to see and enough people want to see it, then I'm not opposed to creating some kind of course or something. The calendar, this is where I will schedule all of our live calls. And as the community continues to grow, I'm going to ask for your feedback and see, what times and days work best for you so that we can hopefully all hop on a call and have a conversation. But again, if you can't join a call on one day, these calls will be recorded and you can watch them later. And yeah, shout out to all our current community members here. You have me, Mary joined last night. We've got Fred. We've got X Trip V just joined. Darren Jackson, appreciate you, and James just joined as well. And this is $25 a month, so it's not terrible. DoorDash, one product is more than that. And this, if you join today or within the next few weeks, the $25 a month stays with you. It's not going to stay at this price. This is kind of like the founder's price. As the community continues to grow and as there's more demand, and to kind of keep it more exclusive, the price will continue to go up. But whatever price you join the community at is what you're going to lock in. So if you join today and it's $25 a month, you'll always get that $25 a month as long as you're part of the community. So it never goes up or increases on you behind your back, But yeah, it's month to month. If you decide you want to join for 1 month and then quit the next month, that's fine. There's no contracts or anything weird like that. So yeah, if you're interested, the link to this community, Skrilla's Crypto School, is down in the description. Definitely recommend watching this video where that link will take you. You can review what you get. There's a picture of me with with a bunch of hardware wallets. And you can also read through the section down here. And I look forward to seeing you and meeting more of you in the community. But enough of that. Trying to catch up on the comments here. Do I need to use the Tangem app to make any transactions for my cold wallet? If so, does it mean that my seed phrase is being under the same risk as it would be on Trust Wallet? So yes, you have to use a Tangem app to initiate transactions. No, it does not expose your seed phrase to the internet. Virtually all cold wallets use an app. It would be impossible for you to transact if you didn't somehow communicate to the internet, because the blockchain uses the internet. So this is kind of how it works. You have the blockchain. This is where all crypto transactions occur. This is where your crypto essentially lives. You have your cold wallet app, and then you have your cold wallet. So let's say you want to initiate a transaction. You do that from your cold wallet app. It then sends that data to the blockchain. The blockchain then signs the unsigned transaction data back to your cold wallet app, which then communicates it to your offline cold wallet device, where you then sign the transaction offline in the secure environment of your cold wallet. Your cold wallet then communicates that transaction data back to your app and then ultimately to the blockchain where it's confirmed. So that app is just a middleman. It doesn't hold your key. This is true for Ledger, Trezor, Tangem, OneKey, whatever you use. Yeah, it would be completely pointless if the app exposed the key or held the key. Then it wouldn't be a cold wallet, right? So good question. Ownership. Your digital assets are always yours and never become Coinbase's property. Coinbase maintains internal systems to ensure funds are distinct from corporate assets. What does this mean? Yeah, technically they're your assets, but you do not own the crypto on exchanges. It's impossible. That's not crypto in your account. You don't own the wallet. So Coinbase has their own crypto wallets with their own keys. They have they have different wallets for different things. They have their customer wallet. Usually this is some kind of hot wallet. This is where a majority of the funds are held for daily transactions. And then they have probably some cold storage multi-sig set up for their larger reserves. But technically speaking, you do not own the crypto on an exchange. It's impossible because that's not actually crypto that you're interacting with. The exchange holds the crypto. The accounts that you're interacting with when you have an account on a crypto exchange, that's just their user interface. And it's essentially showing you what is owed to you, but it's not actually your crypto. If it was your crypto, they wouldn't be able to freeze your funds or lock your account. So They're just basically saying, yeah, if you buy, $1,000 worth of Bitcoin on Coinbase, that is technically your Bitcoin. If you want to sell it, you can sell it. Um, but that's not always the case, again, because they have the right to freeze your funds or lock your account if they deem necessary. Do you suggest Kraken for beginners or Coinbase? Yeah, I would. I don't use Coinbase anymore. I don't recommend it. But Kraken has been great to me. I think they're all pretty similar when it comes to usability. Kraken is perfectly fine for beginners. Your neighborhood says iOS sucks, in my opinion. Everyone has their own preference. Like I said, there's a lot of Android lovers out there. Um, Betty Nice says, hello, hope you're doing great. I have a question. Back in 2019, I bought a 3 Ledger Nano S pack, used to hold 1 Bitcoin. I haven't used the 2 others. Can I still use them now, or how should I get some new? So with the Ledger Nano S, you can still technically use it, like it'll still work. However, Ledger has discontinued updates for the Ledger Nano S. Not to get confused with the Ledger Nano S Plus, which is their newer Nano S. So yeah, you're not going to have any new firmware updates for the Ledger Nano S, unfortunately. But if you want to use them, you could. You might want to upgrade to something else, though, whether that's another Ledger wallet or something else. But if you're just using your current Ledger wallet without any issues, then you're probably fine. But just know, moving forward, there's going to be no more updates for the Ledger Nano S. So, are YouTube ads for Solana airdrops traps? The YouTube channel is verified with over 100K subscribers. Yeah, 100% those are scams. Also, don't pay attention to subscribers. Anyone can buy subscribers on social media. That doesn't mean anything. Verified accounts doesn't mean anything. They're all just bot accounts. Even some of the legit crypto influencers that you might watch, a lot of them view bot their channel. So if you see some crypto influencer who has 180,000 views, not going to name anyone specifically, when it's a topic that obviously no one is interested in, and there's a crap ton of views, odds are they botted their channel, and those are fake views. And again, same thing with subscribers. But yeah, 100%. If you're seeing any kind of airdrop or crypto claims on YouTube ads, 100% a scam. Don't fall for that. Gemini does not provide a Polygon network for transferring USDC to a Tangent wallet associated with my Tangent Pay account. Is there another network I can use to transfer my USD to a Tangent account? Well, if you're talking about Tangent Pay, the only network Tangent Pay supports is Polygon, USDC on Polygon. So if you're sending USDC to your Tangent Pay, it needs to be on the Polygon network. There's no workaround. What you could do, since you already have a Tangent wallet, you could just buy USDC directly on your Tangent wallet using the buy button, and make sure when you buy it, it's on the Polygon network. That's probably your best and easiest option. Otherwise, you're going to have to open an account on a different crypto exchange that supports USDC on Polygon. So yeah, that's what I would do. Is there a deal for Keystone Pro? I'd like to order one. Yes, I believe you can enter my discount code at checkout. It's CyberSkrilla, all one word. That'll get you, I think it's 8% off your order. So, on a different note, where are you trading RWA like Tesla stock? I don't. So nowhere. See, the app is essentially a middleman, so every transaction needs to be accepted by the card. App passphrase, no seed phrases either on the card chip, or you generate one and write. Yeah, exactly. The app is a middleman. The keys to your crypto always remain stored offline on your card. Owly says, hello, what's your opinion on Ledger Stack's closed programming backdoor or superstition? So that's complete FUD, in my opinion. And just to be clear, Ledger has never had a backdoor. A backdoor would mean that Ledger or someone else has unauthorized access to your wallet, either to your keys or, well, basically to your keys. That's never been the case. Yeah, that's just completely false. That's a lie. That's what a backdoor is. Where that essentially where that initially came from was when Ledger initially released Ledger Recover, which is an opt-in subscription-based service that you can choose to use to essentially manage your seed phrase. But by no means is that a backdoor. By no means do you have to use that if you don't want to. As far as Ledger being closed source, they're actually 95% open source. The only thing that's closed source about Ledger and most other wallets is the secure element chip inside the wallet. Their secure chip is manufactured by ST Microelectronics, which is one of the most reputable secure chip manufacturers in the world. It's the same kind of chips that you're going to find in your bank card and electronic passports. They've spent billions of dollars and decades making those chips secure. So to basically keep that secure and private to the company and keep all their hard work, basically their IP, to keep it within the company, they make those chips closed source. So Ledger and other hardware wallet brands have to sign a non-disclosure agreement with the chip manufacturers saying, hey, we're not going to disclose, anything about this chip to anyone. So yeah, the reality is Ledger has been around. One of the oldest hardware wallet brands in the space. Sure, they've had their fair share of like breaches not for their wallets. No Ledger wallet has ever been hacked, but for their customer data. Now, technically, you could argue those breaches happened on third-party platforms. Like the first one was a Shopify breach. This most recent one was whatever it was, right? But that's customer information. As a hardware wallet, I trust Ledger to secure my crypto. And everything that you're going to read on Reddit and other YouTube channels, it ultimately is just a bunch of misinformation. And I say that as a user too. If I really didn't trust Ledger, I wouldn't be sitting here telling you that I think that's complete FUD and that I use it. So yeah. What are your thoughts on the situation with Coinbase CEO and the Clarity Act situation? Personally, I'd rather we have good retail protections. I don't know a lot about it. I know he basically, said that he wasn't down with what they were proposing. Personally, I don't think Brian Armstrong is like a superhero or someone to look up to in the crypto space. But that's just my personal opinion. So I am curious to see where it all goes. Which blockchain explorers do you suggest? That's kind of an open-ended question because it depends on what you need it for. Blockchain explorers are used to find out more information about maybe wallet addresses or transactions. So that would depend on what wallet address or what crypto you're trying to learn more about. If you're trying to learn about your Ethereum wallet or your Ethereum transactions, you would use Etherscan. If you're trying to learn about like your Solana wallet and your Solana transactions, that'd be SolScan. So yeah, just depends. Any sold cryptocurrency sold within a year will be taxed in Germany. Yeah, I mean, I think crypto is taxed in a lot of places at this point, unfortunately. Frank says, just order Tangem cards with your code. Thank you, Frank. I do appreciate your support and hope you enjoy your Tangem cards. I'm sure you will. Can you explain why seed phrase has 24 words limit? To my understanding, it's not necessary to have any more. So every seed phrase is derived from a list of 2,048 words. This list is called the BIP 39 word list. You can look this up on Google. You could view all the words. The possible number of combinations of all those words it's such a large number that it's virtually impossible to ever repeat the same seed phrase or guess a seed phrase. When I was looking into it, you're more likely to get struck by lightning every day of your life and survive every strike than someone is to guess your seed phrase. So yeah, there is no need to have more than 24 words. I mean, even a 12-word seed phrase is secure. But that's just for now, right? I mean, that could always change in the future, but at least for now. But there are things you can do if you want additional security beyond your 24-word seed phrase. You can do things like a passphrase, also called a hidden wallet, which allows you to add your own word or phrase on top of your existing seed phrase to create an external or an additional hidden wallet. But yeah, I mean, imagine having a seed phrase that's like 160 words. That would be a huge pain in the butt. Let's see, I already answered that question. Down bottom, why is Bitcoin so valuable without any underlying purpose like Sol, ETH, BNB? Um, well, I recommend reading the Bitcoin white paper if you haven't. Um, but I mean, Bitcoin is what started it all. It's a peer-to-peer decentralized digital money system. Um, there's a set number of 21 million Bitcoins, and everyone has to play by the same rules. Bitcoin is built on the Bitcoin protocol, and no one can change the rules or play different rules. Like, we all have to play by the same rules. Um, but I don't claim to be an expert about Bitcoin, and I definitely recommend doing your own research. But ultimately, at the end of the day, why anything has value, whether it's gold, whether it's a piece of paper, whether it's a Pokemon card, the only reason anything has value that's materialistic is because as society we agree that it has value, right? Like, why does a you know mint edition Michael Jordan card sell for thousands of dollars? Because people agree that it's worth that much. I would say the same is true for really anything. But beyond just value, Bitcoin is a completely different money system than our current fiat system. So once you start to learn about how Bitcoin is a completely different system, and kind of how it works and how it could potentially be better than the current fiat system, then you understand why it could be valuable. That doesn't mean that other cryptocurrencies like Solana can't be valuable as well, right? It doesn't have to be one or the other. We live in a world where things have different value to different people. Barbara says, "What would you suggest a person do with getting ready for growth in crypto?" If you're talking about your crypto like increasing in value and like making money or making profit from your crypto, the most important thing you could do is educate yourself on how to secure it, because most people never even hold on to their crypto long enough to see growth, because they fall for scams or make a silly mistake and lose their crypto. And that's what I was talking about earlier, and that's why I started the school community that I mentioned earlier as well. By the way, if you want to join the school community, where we have live calls, we have group calls, you can DM me personally. You can talk with other members here in the space. Ultimately, learn to securely manage your crypto and navigate the space more securely. The link to that is in the description below. But I would educate yourself on how to secure your crypto, and maybe how to take profit if that's what you plan on doing. Like, how are you going to do that? Are you going to take profit all at once? Are you going to sell your crypto all at once? Are you going to sell portions of it? I have a really good video actually covering profit taking. If you just type on YouTube how to take, I think it's how to take crypto profit. Watch that video. Don't know if I answered your question, but yeah. Any way for us to contact Tangem on adding coins they don't have on their app? You can reach Tangem if you have a Twitter or X account. I would go to their official page. You can comment on any of their posts there. You might be able to send them a DM. Also, you can email them support@tangem.com. They also have a Discord where you can submit your request there. What is fee for swap my coin in Tangem? If you're asking what the fee is, that depends on the cryptocurrency you're swapping as well as what network you're swapping on. So when you swap crypto in any cold wallet, you're actually using a third-party exchange to do that for you. Usually it's a centralized exchange. Sometimes it's decentralized exchange. That fee will ultimately depend, again, on what crypto you're swapping, what network it's being swapped on, and the amount you're swapping. But generally, the fees will probably range anywhere from 3 to, like, I don't know, 5% of whatever you're swapping. On Kraken, I was doing a test deposit from Kraken to my credit union. Why do they make you use a different bank account to deposit your own money? I'm not sure what you mean. I use Kraken and it's connected to the bank account that I've always used. I use that bank account to buy crypto and to sell it. So I'm not exactly sure what you mean. If I want to buy crypto on an exchange and then send it to my cold wallet, is there a way in which I can send the crypto without the exchanges knowing where I send my crypto, aka my wallet address? No, there isn't. All that's recorded on the blockchain. So one thing you could do is potentially use like a non KYC exchange or an exchange that doesn't require KYC. That way, you're not tying your personal identity to your crypto wallet, which is what you're probably trying to achieve. But everything is recorded on the blockchain. If once you send crypto from one wallet address to another, there's always going to be a link. So crypto is dead. Bitcoin will just wander around 80 to 90K all year. Yeah, crypto is not dead. And that's a fact. Because let's see, what is... Yeah, I think it's funny how when crypto is down, they think that it's dead. But it's probably your first time being in the space. Maybe you haven't been in there for long, but crypto goes up and down. It's a volatile asset. It always happens. But what was I going to say? Crypto is definitely not dead, considering the total crypto market cap is $3.2 trillion. If you think that's dead, I've got news for you. What cold wallet is best for Coinbase? So don't think of cold wallets and exchanges as best for one another. They're completely separate. That's like asking what phone is best for Gmail. It doesn't really connect like that at all. They're completely separate. So you can use any cold wallet with any crypto exchange. You could use Coinbase with Tangem. You could use Coinbase with Ledger, Coinbase with Trezor, Coinbase with OneKey. It doesn't matter. Again, they're completely separate from each other. You don't have to connect your wallet to a crypto exchange. All you're doing is sending it, like sending crypto between the two. So any wallet will work with Coinbase. Security chip ledger stacks, passports, credit cards, compromised or just paranoia? I already answered your question. It's never been compromised. Bitcoin Monster says, hello. First and foremost, I want to say thank you. It was you that made me take crypto out from Robinhood. It was hard and very scary. However, I overcame it. Well done. Just got to say, because a lot of people don't even take that step. So the fact that you took the step and got it done, props to you. However, I overcame it. Let's see. I do have a question after watching one. Okay. If you want to drop your question, I think you have it down below. How do you buy crypto with a cold wallet? There's a couple ways you can do it. How I do it, I just buy crypto on an exchange. I use Kraken and then I send it to my cold wallet. It's really simple. The other way you could do it is buy crypto directly in your cold wallet. Just know that you're still interacting with a third-party crypto exchange, but instead of technically having to transfer that crypto to your cold wallet, it'll just show up in your wallet after the purchase. So those are your really two options. I bought a cheap coin for €1 and on New Year's grew to 50 euros. I didn't receive it because it failed to switch back to the Ethereum. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. Fortunately, you didn't lose out on too much money, but that still sounds like an easy $50 that you lost out on. But I'm sure you can recover from it. Okay, of your video Trezor 7, I have to set a seed phrase. I'm using the standard wallet issue. If you're using the standard like 12 or 20 forward seed phrase, of course you're still safe. Yes, that's what I use as well. Barbara, if you're asking how to join the school community, the link to the community is down in the description. I can go over that very briefly again for anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about. So yeah, I'm taking the community and we're moving off of YouTube as well. A lot of people have been asking me for personalized like one-on-one consultations and things. That's not something I offer. it would also be way too expensive for me to offer that. So what I decided to do is open up a school community. If you've never heard of School, it's a platform where you just get together and learn together and be a community together online. So what I've done is I went and created Skrilla's crypto school, and I try to create a community where we can all that will benefit everyone, right? So this is what you get with the community, and in a second I'll show you exactly what it looks like inside. But right now I'm offering 2 group calls a month. So this will be everyone in the community. We can hop on a live call together. This will be like a video call. We can just chat. If there's specific questions, we can get those answered. They will also be recorded. So if you can't join a call one day, you can always watch the recording. There's also a Q&A board where you can ask questions 24/7. I'll be in the community answering those questions personally. And then other community members can pitch in as well and help you out, because the great part about a community is it's not just my mind, it's a bunch of minds. It's a bunch of intelligent people. We have similar interests. Some have different interests. But that's the key thing about being in a community, is bringing a bunch of minds together. So you get access to the community. I am considering doing live webinars if there's a demand for that. So that could look like maybe community members want to see a certain tutorial on something. I can go through that live. I'm also considering, if there's a demand for it, we can bring in team members from hardware wallet companies. I can bring people from Tangem, Ledger, Trezor. If you want to learn more about their products, or if you have specific questions, we can get them on a live call with us, and we can just drill them with questions for an hour. So if there's demand for that, I can definitely set that up. You also get direct access to me through DMs. So any pressing questions you have, it'll show up, it'll arrive directly on my phone, and I'll be able to respond to you via DM. And again, you get access to that security focused community. So, we get to help each other stay secure and break any news if something does happen, like there's some kind of breach or something that would affect us all. We can be notified immediately. And then there will be deals and discounts, exclusive deals and wallet discounts and other products that I'll work to have. But yeah, right now it's $25 a month. This is a month by month thing. It's like cheaper than a DoorDash order. There's no contract or anything. So if you want to cancel the next month, that's completely fine. But yeah, this is the founder's price that you lock in permanently. So I'm not going to keep it at $25 a month. I think the demand for the community will start to grow once I actually talk about it more. This is the first time anyone's hearing about it. We already have 7 members, myself included, and we've basically just grown that today from this live stream. So it's already growing. So that $25 price will eventually increase as demand grows, and that's to keep the community more exclusive so that we can all still get the value we want from it. But the cool thing is, if you join for $25, you lock that price in permanently. So even if the community increases in price, a month from now, 2 months from now, you never pay that increased price. You always get that $25 a month price. But I'll take you through what it looks like so far. We already have some people joining in the discussion. So this is the community board. So there's a general discussion where we can talk about really anything you want as a community. There's a Q&A if you have any specific questions that you want answered by myself or the community. You could post that here. There'll be a section where I'm going to add my favorite cold wallets and all the discounts and things like that. We'll have a breaking news section as well. The classroom, this is for courses. There's no courses right now, and I don't really plan to do courses. The real value from this is going to be live community interaction. So the community board, talking with each other, DMing me, and the group calls. We're really gonna hang out. The calendar, this is really more for me, but this is where I'm going to schedule all of our live calls. So I'm going to jump in the community here and see what days and times work best for everyone, especially because we're probably all over the world. But I will be scheduling calls so that it works best for everyone. And like I said, if you can't make a call, it will be recorded so you can watch it later. And I believe those recordings will show up in the classroom. So I'll have a dedicated area here where you can watch, you can go back and watch all the live calls. So yeah, definitely go and check it out. Link is in the description. We just got another member. Lisa, thank you so much for joining. And yeah, if you want to see what, again, definitely watch this video. You can see what you get here with it. And here's a picture of me with a bunch of hardware wallets. So yeah, check it out. But I'm really excited for this community. And I'm really excited to get a little more like personal with people, because on the YouTube channel, at this point, I think I'm getting a couple thousand comments per month on the channel. So it's literally impossible for me to keep up with the comments now. So for the people who are looking to get to have more access to me and to be in a tighter knit community, that's what this school community is for. And the cool thing is, you all get to help grow it. So if you're part of the community, you're basically helping to form what the community grows into, and I think that's fun. So it's basically like a digital hangout space, right? Because we can't all meet up in person. But yeah, the link to the school community is down in the description if you want to check it out. So thanks for asking, Barbara. Robley says, can you explain what a memo is when sending crypto to and from a wallet exchange? So a memo or destination tag is an additional tag that's required when sending certain cryptocurrencies like XRP to an exchange. The way XRP works and the way exchanges work is that when you send crypto to an exchange, you're actually sending it to the exchange's crypto wallet, but they don't necessarily know where to credit that crypto with certain cryptocurrencies like XRP. So if you just send your crypto to an exchange or your XRP to an exchange like Coinbase without entering a memo tag, it will arrive in their wallet, but they don't know which Coinbase user to credit that XRP to. So that memo tag or destination tag is a tag specific for your account on Coinbase, and that way they know where to send the XRP to. Now, that said, you only need a memo or destination tag when sending crypto to a centralized exchange like Coinbase. You do not need one when sending it to your own self-custodial wallet, because you're the only user of that wallet, and your receiving address is enough to receive that crypto. Now, you will still see on exchanges that it asks you to input a memo tag when sending to your cold wallet. If it forces you to enter something, you could just put like 3 zeros and it'll work. But you don't need a memo tag when sending to your cold wallet, only when sending to the exchange. I appreciate you sharing your experience and thoughts, by the way. Please continue to do so. We need helpers like you. Your legitimate tips will be recognized and respected. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see. Switch is replying, saying some cold wallets you can buy crypto, however, exchanges have a cheaper transaction fee rates. I recommend you buy on exchange and transfer to your cold wallet. Yeah, and you can definitely check both. Like, you can go through the buy process on both an exchange and a cold wallet, up to the point where before you confirm the buy or whatever, and you can see what the fee will be and how much crypto you'll actually get from the purchase. And you can do that in real time and then choose the better option, right? GM says, I only use Coinbase. I have a bunch of coins that are mined, not in Coinbase. Yeah, I mean, hopefully you have those coins on a cold wallet for sure. If your wallet is being blacklisted by a specific exchange, will it be visible on the blockchain for other exchanges to see it, or to anyone to be able to see it as a blacklisted wallet? Probably not. I don't think there's, I guess it could be, but I don't believe so. I've never seen like a blacklist function. I think that would be more from the exchange's end, from like their internal process where they're blacklisting the wallet. I don't think it's like they're doing it on the blockchain. So, but that's a good question. Hi there, please suggest some staking platforms. I don't know a lot of staking platforms. The staking that I have done is I just use my cold wallet to do it, and whatever platforms they use, I trust to stake. So like Ledger has staking, Tangem has staking, and they use third-party platforms to do that staking. It also depends on what you're trying to stake because that will determine what staking platform you use. GM says, I only know how to use Coinbase. I tried other things like some unicorn swap, but best wallet is Trust. The only one I know how to use that does not give me problems is Coinbase. Yeah, I mean, whatever works for you, right? Coinbase gave me a bunch of problems, so I don't use them and I don't recommend them. But if it works for you, then that's good. When I first bought XRP was on Coinbase, which is a wrapped XRP. The only way I could move to my cold wallet was to choose wrapped XRP on Tangent. Will it still be secure? Now I'm using Kraken. I mean, if the XRP arrived in your Tangent wallet, then yeah, it's still secured by your wallet. And you just have a wrapped version of XRP. If you wanted to, you could technically convert that into, the actual XRP on the XRP network. You don't have to though. Bitcoin Monster, I did read your question and I did answer it. Hopefully you heard that. My table talk says, been using Tangent for 5 months thanks to you. I only need fingerprint to log in and do transactions after setup. I'm confused since I expected I'd have to scan my cards every time. So anytime you send or initiate a transaction from your Tangent wallet, you have to use the card. Now, when you're receiving crypto into your Tangent wallet, you don't need your physical hardware wallet. Anyone can send you crypto to your wallet. It's kind of like an email address. Like as long as I know your email, I can send you an email. I don't need access to your email account. It's the same when sending crypto. But if I wanted to send an email from your email account, of course I would need access to your email. I don't know if that makes sense or if that's what you meant. But again, you don't need your physical hardware wallet when receiving crypto into the wallet. You don't have to accept it in or anything. That's just not how it works. You only need to physically confirm transactions using your hardware wallet when you're transacting from your wallet. So down bottom says, bro, in our country, $25 is more than what we consider worthwhile for this kind of stuff. Is more than what we consider worth. Don't know if that's a good thing or not. I'm just having a brain fart. But if $25 is a lot to you, I understand it's not for everyone. If that seems like a good deal to you, then hopefully it is, because I try to price it so that it is affordable. So, Ali, you are welcome. Is Binance more secure than Coinbase? I don't think so. I think all centralized exchanges, especially the tier 1 exchanges like Coinbase, Binance, I think they're all pretty equally secure. Personally, I wouldn't store any of my crypto on any exchange. Coinbase, Binance, Kraken, doesn't matter. I'm not keeping any crypto there. How did your journey with cryptocurrencies even begin? You don't need to share everything. I got into crypto in 2020, really through Gary Vaynerchuk or Gary V. I originally got some like Ethereum and some other things. I think the real reason I was buying crypto was to buy NFTs in 2020. And then that kind of started my journey. And then shortly after in 2021, I started the Skril website, which was a blog at the time, because back in 2020, there wasn't a lot of information out about like how to use hardware wallets, how to use MetaMask, how to navigate the space safely. So I was like, okay, I'll just create a website and write about what I'm learning. Well, fast forward a year after initially creating the website, it was one of the top, I guess, like NFT and kind of like crypto security websites. It was getting like 100,000 views a month, which was pretty big, especially for a new website. And then later on, I actually ended up working for Gary V at his media brand as an editor or as a writer. That brand was called 1:37 p.m. It no longer is in business. But I worked there for about 6 months, and then my contract ended. And then that's when I went all in on the YouTube channel, and I've been doing that since. But yeah, really, it all started with wanting to buy NFTs, and then just sharing what I learned along the way. So, can you explain how cryptography of the cryptocurrencies work? No, I can't, because it really just depends, and I don't know if I have the technical knowledge of how the cryptocurrencies work, but that's kind of like a very broad question, and it's different for every type of cryptocurrency and blockchain network. Hi there, how do I apply for Tangent Pay, and how can I buy USDC Polygon on my Tangent? You can apply for Tangent Pay on probably on their website. It's still not out to everyone. It's rolling out slowly to those who signed up early for it. Eventually, it'll be available to everyone, and it'll just be in the app, and you can sign up for it there. But you're not going to have access to it now if you haven't been invited yet. As far as how to buy USDC Polygon in your Tangent wallet, you would just go to the settings in your Tangent app, and then you select Manage Tokens, and then you search for USDC. Then you enable the Polygon option for USDC. Then you go back to the main tokens page. You select that USDC. Then you click the Buy button, and then you walk through the steps on buying Polygon through your Tangent wallet. So yeah. Down bottom says, which private blockchain like XMR is fast like Sol and also has underlying purpose? I don't know. No idea. Bitcoin Monster, I already answered your question, but I'm like 30 minutes behind on the chat, so hopefully you heard the answer. If not, let me know and I'll answer it again. Also, thank you for the donation. You didn't have to do that, but I really appreciate it. But let me just double check that I did answer your question. I'm pretty sure I did. It was about Trezor, I believe. Yeah, I think I did. It was about Trezor, and I did answer that. But if you didn't hear, let me know. On Kraken, I was doing a test deposit from Kraken in my credit union. Why do they make you use different bank account to deposit your money? Again, I don't know what you mean. That's not been my experience, so I'm not sure exactly what you mean. But that said, I have noticed like a lot of credit unions, they're not very crypto friendly. Whereas if you're using a large international bank like Chase or US Bank, those are going to be your crypto friendly banks. Credit unions, probably not as much. So that might be the issue you're running into. Solly says, listening to your videos is the reason I bought Tangent cards. Awesome. Hopefully, if you've already received them, hopefully you're enjoying them. Staying Hard says 25th word. I'm not sure if you had a question about that, but let me know if you did. Can you explain the difference between decentralized and DeFi? So decentralized finance are platforms and products that live on the decentralized network, I guess, or they're platforms or websites that allow you to interact with decentralized protocols. That could be something like a decentralized crypto exchange where you can swap crypto. It could be like a protocol or a platform where you mine crypto, but they're two different things. Decentralized just means that it's not one central network. Like cryptocurrency relies on multiple nodes or computers all around the world to maintain the network, and that's kind of what decentralization is. There's a bunch of computers around the world who are all maintaining and securing the network. So there's no one entity or one person who controls Bitcoin, for example. It's a bunch of different nodes or computers. Whereas DeFi or decentralized finance, those are just products or services that allow you to interact on different decentralized networks. Bitcoin Monster says, I got the Trezor Safe 7 because of your awesome pros and cons. Awesome. Well, I hope you're enjoying it. I think the Trezor Safe 7 is a great wallet. The only platform I know how to use, Cyber Skrill hates it. Yeah, I tried so many wallets. I know how to use Coinbase. All others are scam. I want a cold wallet that works with Lightning Network. I mean, if you use the Coinbase wallet, not the exchange, I mean, Coinbase wallet is fine, but it's a hot wallet. So again, you don't want to keep your crypto there. But as far as like a cold wallet that will work with Lightning Network, I I believe Ledger should work with Lightning Network. I don't think Tangem does. Pretty sure I've checked that before. But maybe they support it now. Let me see. Nope. Tangem does not support Lightning Network. But let me check if Ledger does. Ledger supported coins. Lightning. What the heck? Doesn't look like that does either. So yeah, I don't know which hardware wallets support Lightning Network off the top of my head, but I'm sure with a little research, you could figure it out pretty quickly. Why does Tangem only allow you to test 3 seed phrase words when setting up the cards? I would figure testing all 12 or 24 would be the safer thing to do. You know what? That's actually a really good question. And a lot of wallets do have you test the full thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach out to Tangem and I'm going to ask them that exact same question. And I'm going to recommend that they actually update that so that you can test your full seed phrase. Because I think that's, you're absolutely right. You should be able to test the full thing, not just 3 words. That doesn't really make sense. So yeah, I'm going to share that with Tangem and hopefully they can update that. I'm sure it's an easy fix. Bitcoin and Litecoin are getting mined and will run out eventually, while Ethereum, XRP, Solana, Dogecoin can be manually added. New ones like fiat money. That's why Bitcoin is so valuable. That's one aspect of it, but Bitcoin goes a lot deeper than that. Have you ever invested in any pre-sale of any crypto coins? Yes, I have. Here's some facts about seed phrases. 12-word seed phrase versus a 24-word seed phrase. Basically, at the end of the day, 24-word seed phrase is technically more secure because it's longer and more random, but both 12 and 24 seed phrases are going to keep your crypto secure. 907 DJR says, I deposited from my bank to Kraken. Then I went to send it back to my credit union and they told me I have to use a different bank account. Yeah, again, credit unions are not very crypto friendly. So they probably allowed you to deposit money onto the crypto exchange. But then when you go to withdraw the money from the crypto exchange and you try to interact with your credit union, that's where it sounds like the issue is coming in. Again, credit unions are not, the ones that I've heard of are not crypto friendly. You want to use a national bank, Chase, US Bank, Wells Fargo. Those are all crypto friendly banks. The millisecond you get a 2% gain, now crypto is the greatest thing ever. Guys, act like you've been here before, or feel free to sell and go hide under the bed. Yep, I mean, crypto is not, if you don't have conviction in whatever you're buying, you're probably going to lose money, unfortunately. Non-KYC exchange, is that like a cold wallet exchange? No, a non-KYC exchange is still a centralized exchange. They just don't require all your personal information to make purchases. What's the best non-KYC exchange in the world that I can use in my country, Bangladesh? I don't know. I'm not up to date with what exchanges are available in Bangladesh, and I'm also not up to date with the best non-KYC exchanges. What happens when all these big companies buying up Bitcoin and never selling? Does it just sit stale? Not necessarily. I mean, the more people that buy, the more it goes up technically. But yeah, there is a set supply of Bitcoin. So the more people buy, the more it goes up. They're not going to print more and then it goes down. Do you think XRP will live up to the hype? I have no idea. I don't know what XRP hype is about. I'm not really into XRP, so couldn't tell you. I would say the people that are making crazy predictions are probably just doing that to get attention and to get views. I've heard some pretty insane XRP price predictions, like $100 by the end of 2025, which obviously that didn't happen. That's why I stay away from making price predictions. I think, no one really knows what they're talking about. So I think it's silly. Is Kraken the cheapest option than buying them on a cold wallet directly? In my experience, it's usually cheaper to buy directly on an external crypto exchange and send it to your cold wallet. So Does Lightning Network of Bitcoin have an L2 token ticker or only Bitcoin? I'm not sure. Howard says, been told everything is a bust other than Bitcoin. I'm new to Bitcoin. Do you believe this also? I would agree that 99% of cryptocurrencies and crypto projects are scams and they're not going to be here longer. At this point, there's over 40 million different crypto tokens in existence. So yeah, 99% of those are a scam. Does that mean that more projects or protocols or cryptocurrencies won't show up that won't also be valuable? No. Does that mean that Bitcoin is the only valuable cryptocurrency? Absolutely not. Um, but yeah. Wendell says, hi, previously I signed up for Tangent Pay waitlist. Now I received an email saying my Tangent Pay is ready. It has the steps to set up, including a QR and a link to activate my Tangent Pay. Is it legit? I got the same email. It is legit. Just make sure when you go to that QR link that it opens your Tangent app. You should be doing that directly in the Tangent app. It shouldn't take you like to any external weird website. But yeah, that sounds exactly like the email I got. Bro, you should not advertise your school in this stream. Of course, I'm going to advertise my school in the stream. If you don't like that, no one's forcing you to be here. I don't expect you to join the stream or to join the school community, and I don't expect you to watch my live streams if you don't like what I'm saying. And I say that out of respect for you and your time. So, what's your honest thoughts on Ledger Recover service? I think there's obviously a market for it. A lot of people use the Ledger Recover. If you really don't trust yourself to keep your seed phrase and to not lose it, then it is an actual service that would help you recover your crypto if you lose your seed phrase. Personally, it's not something I will ever use, but that doesn't mean that it's not right for you. Again, if you don't feel comfortable or you're not confident in your own ability to keep your seed phrase secure or to not lose it, then it could be a good option. Is there a cold wallet that I can't lose? I lose things frequently, like one with the GPS system. No, your best bet is probably Tangem because you can get something. You can order it in a 3-pack, so it comes with 3 cards. That way, if you lose 1 or 2 cards, you always have a backup. That said, it's really not hard to just have a dedicated spot that you always keep your wallet. That should be pretty simple to do. It's kind of like your car, right? Like you don't lose your car because you always park it in the same spot. You park it in your driveway or in your garage. Just do that with your cold wallet. What do you put in the tag when sending from Tangent Wallet back to Coinbase? You need to put in the tag that Coinbase is providing you. So whatever cryptocurrency you're sending to Coinbase, if it's XRP, when you click the receive button in Coinbase to get your receiving address, it will also provide you with the memo or the tag. That's what you want to enter. Are wrapped coins like wrapped Bitcoins or Bitcoin Cash just as secure as Bitcoin? Not necessarily, because they're completely different networks. So the networks have different security. That's not to say that they're not secure, but it might not be as secure as Bitcoin's actual network. Alex, you are a legend. Other content creators get the I wonder what Cyber Skrill would say, ultimate legend. Yeah, exactly. I appreciate you saying that. Alex, I want 2 Tangem cards. Can you send me, please? No, but I'm not going to send you any. But Tangem is extremely affordable for the 2-card pack right now. You can actually get 20% off your order if you just use. So they have a link on their website right now. I could show you. So if you go to Tangem's website and you click this Claim Now button at the top, this will apply their discount code. And then, so you have this discount code, that's 10% off. And then when you apply my discount code, which is an additional 10% off, you get 20% off, making a 2-card set only $43. Plus you get $10 in free Bitcoin. So really it's only like $30. So that's what I'd recommend you do. But no, I'm sorry, I'm not going to send you Tangem Wallet. That said, that might be something cool to do giveaways in the school community. Might be something cool. But yeah, if you're just joining the live stream, I do have I opened up a school community. So this is an exclusive community that you can join and get direct access to me. Here's exactly what you get. And the link to this, if you want to check it out, is in the description. So you'll get 2 group calls per month. This is with all the people in our community. Currently, we have 9 members now, which is awesome. Most of those people signed up during this live stream, so I appreciate all of you. All the group calls will be recorded, so you can go back and watch them later if you want to rewatch them, or if you missed the live group call. There's also a Q&A board, or the community board, where you can ask questions 24/7. You can post any questions you have, and myself and others from the community can pitch in and answer your questions. There will be, I'm considering doing exclusive webinars. So if there's something specific that the community wants to learn, I can host live webinars and show you guys live. There's also an opportunity to invite team members from companies like Tangem, Ledger, Trezor to come and chat with us in the community. If that's something you guys are interested in, we can easily set that up. You also get direct DM access to me, so you can send me messages personally with any pressing questions you have, and I will get back to you usually within a timely manner, usually within 48 hours. And then obviously you're joining a security-focused community, so we all are interested in a similar thing, crypto, security, and keeping one another safe. And we'll get to share breaking news when that happens. If there's any like hacks or anything, that will be shared immediately in the group. And then there will be exclusive deals and discounts for wallets and other services, so that you can save money if you do end up getting any products in the crypto space. But yeah, definitely check this out if you want to join the community. It is $25 a month. It's just month to month. There's no contract or anything weird. But watch this video. You can learn a little more about the community. You can also review this. And if you go down here, you can see everything that this offers. But yeah, I'm super excited to get to know a lot of you personally, and to speak with you more on a more personal level. And if that's something you're interested in, links in the description. Okay, Roger says, I'm new on this channel. Can you tell me your time you were on so I can talk to you live? I live in California. Well, we're on right now, so you can ask your questions live right now. Otherwise, Roger, if you want actual live direct access to me, you can get that by joining the school community that I went over right now. The link to that community is in the description. Do you invest in cryptocurrencies, or do you also invest in gold and silver and ETFs? I invest in different things. I'll say that. Trezor is a solid wallet, one of the best wallets out there. I say Trezor, Ledger, Tangem, OneKey, those are all top reputable hardware wallets that will all secure your crypto. Hi, have you heard about the new law in California that they can take your crypto if it remains on a crypto exchange for too long? Yeah, so I actually wrote an entire article about this and shared it here on the channel. But this is the unclaimed property law. And California is not the only state with this. There's a lot of other states that are implementing this law. It doesn't just apply to cryptocurrency, it applies to other properties. But basically, like in California, if you leave your crypto on a centralized crypto exchange like Coinbase or Kraken, and you don't touch that crypto, your account remains inactive for 3 years, they have the right to request that the exchange sends the crypto to the state. And then if you ever want to regain access to it, you would have to go through the state to get it. In some states, they actually require the exchange to sell your crypto first and then send the state the money. And then if you wanted to claim your money, again, you have to go through the state. Just another reason to not keep your crypto on an exchange. So are normal wallet apps good alternatives for coins if they're not supported on a cold wallet? Worst case scenario, yes, is better than using like a crypto exchange. That said, there should be no coins that aren't available on a cold wallet. Basically, all coins that are supported by hot wallets should also be supported by cold wallets. Obviously, different cold wallets support different coins, but I wouldn't settle for less. I wouldn't feel comfortable putting my crypto on a hot wallet just because the cold wallet I use doesn't support it or something. I would get a cold wallet that supports the ones I use. One key supports Lightning Network. Awesome. Thanks for sharing that. What does Taproot versus native SegWit mean for Bitcoin, and which one is best? Native SegWit is just the newer address type for Bitcoin. Is more efficient to my understanding. So generally, when you send crypto, you would want to send it using the native SegWit option. Ethereum, XRP, Solana, Dogecoin, most likely hypes. I mean, those have been around for a long time. I think they're well past the hype stage. The only people hyping them up are crypto influencers. And Bitcoin, I think, in 120 years will all be mined, and that is when you will know the actual worth of Bitcoin. I think you can know the actual worth of Bitcoin right now once you understand that it's a completely new, revolutionary money system that puts our current money system to shame. Will a pre-recorded version of the stream still be available on your channel? Yes, it will. If I link my Tangem cold wallet to CoinTracker for tax purposes, will this harm the wallet or its security or expose it to risk from hackers? No, it won't, because you're only allowing view-only access. Just make sure when you sign that approval, it is view-only access. You shouldn't be giving any like spend approvals. Will alt season happen in 2026? I have no idea, and no one knows. So, Margaret says, okay, just to clarify, I put only the letters XRP in the tag when sending back to Coinbase. So that's not correct. If you literally put XRP in the memo tag, you're not going to receive that crypto. Again, when you're receiving crypto on a centralized exchange, when you're receiving XRP on a centralized exchange, there's two things you need. You need the receiving address, which you copy from your Coinbase account, and you need the memo tag, which you also copy from your Coinbase account. Both of those things are provided to you. So if you send XRP to your Coinbase account and you put XRP in the memo tag spot, that's not going to show up in your account. You need to reach out to Coinbase and tell them essentially what you did and help them. Hopefully they can recover your crypto. Otherwise, it might be lost. Again, the memo tag is provided to you from the exchange when you click the receive button. Yep, exactly. Indiana Pips. Shout out to Indiana Pips. Happy to see you on the live stream. The school is great. Thanks for making it. Absolutely. Thanks for being a part of it. And thanks for all your good questions. Indiana Pips he's super active in the community and personally with me, we have DM'd a bit, and he always has good questions. So I do appreciate you. This is a very good live chat. Keep up the good work. Best tangible Trump tariff supply. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for watching the live stream. Mike says he's got to go now. Thanks for answering my questions. Have a great morning, afternoon, evening. Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for joining. Cheers. James says, what's my take on the Keystone 3 Pro? Like, it's a secure wallet. It will secure your crypto. I'm not a fan of it. It's just not that user-friendly. It's not that enjoyable to use. It's not that convenient. It is an air-gapped wallet for the most part. I personally think there's a lot. I would use a lot of wallets before I'd use Keystone, really, for its usability. Tangem is going to be the most convenient wallet you can get. Ledger, Trezor, even all of those trump Keystone when it comes to usability, in my opinion. I'm just not a fan of air-gapped wallets. My last fact to share, Zcash network is not supported on Tangem. Yeah, not yet, at least. Maybe in the future. Do you think that the issue with Bitcoin developers not for score is going to affect Bitcoin negatively? I honestly am not educated on that whole subject, but I don't think it'll affect it negatively long term. No. Peace out, Micah. Do you know the harder wallet to integrate to DeFi platforms such as Aave? I think Tangem has a good integration, but not sure. So if you're trying to use Aave, you could use any hardware wallet to interact with Aave. If you're looking to do it like natively through the hardware wallet app, then Tangem is a good option. You can earn USDC yield using the Tangem app, and they make it super easy with their own smart contract. So if you are looking to do that, I would probably go with Tangem. Just know that you are getting charged an additional fee for using Aave through Tangem on the rewards that you earn. So it's not anything crazy. Um, but if you prefer convenience over like having to set it all up yourself, then yeah, I would definitely get Tangem because they recently partnered with Aave to offer their users USDC yield. If you don't have a Tangem wallet yet, again, if you go to tangem.com, they have a discount link on their website at the top where it says claim now. And then if you put my code cyberskrill in the link, you also get an additional discount. Supreme93 says, what should I do? I got ETH dusting and address poisoning. Don't do anything. Just don't interact with those cryptocurrencies and you'll be fine. We all have dust in our wallets. So do you think LEPAL Titan is a good cold wallet? I don't use LEPAL wallets anymore. I don't recommend them anymore. I've had many personal interactions with the company. They're very off-putting, and I'm just not a fan of the Titan anyways. Like the new Titan 2.0, I don't think was a very good product when I last tried it. Again, I think there's a lot better options out there than LEPAL. I would look at Tangem is probably my first choice. Ledger, like the Ledger Nano Gen 5, their newest wallet, or even the Trezor Safe 7. All great wallets. Margaret says, okay, but what info do I put into the memo wherein I receive XRP from my Tangem? I haven't received any yet, just don't want to make any mistakes. Okay, again, Margaret, if you're sending XRP from Tangem to Coinbase, you need to put the memo tag that Coinbase gives you. You just copy it. It's the same when you click the receive button in Tangem, in Coinbase, it gives you two things for XRP. It gives you your receiving address for your Coinbase account and the memo tag. The memo tag is what you want to put in the memo spot. If you're sending XRP from Coinbase to Tangem, you don't need a memo tag because you're sending it to your own wallet. And for the memo tag spot, and again, I'm only telling you if you're sending XRP from Coinbase to Tangem, you could just input a couple zeros for the memo tag just so that the transaction goes through. But that's only if you're sending to your own cold wallet. If you're sending XRP to a crypto exchange, you need to enter the exchange's memo tag that they provide you when you click the receive button. Hopefully that's clear. Barbara says, thanks for all your help. You answered my question. I'm so used to YouTube, so we'll have to use a computer when join your new adventure. You're the only person I trust. Thank you. Yeah, very kind of you to say. And if you end up joining the school community, awesome. If not, I appreciate your support here on the channel as well. Is yielding a taxable event? Yes, it is, because it's income. So you would be taxed on any yield or rewards that you earn. Truth is, yeah, you're welcome. Absolutely. Supreme says, but if we need to sell the ETH I had or swap it for a stable coin, what should somebody do? Well, you just swap it. You're fine. Yeah, there's no harm in just swapping it. The dust and stuff, it's not a concern. Like usually on Ethereum, if you receive any dust, it's like spam tokens. You would just ignore those tokens. If you receive like a small amount of ETH, that's super weird and pretty uncommon. But swapping it's not going to do anything. The fact that someone already has your address and is sending you dust, they already have all the information about your wallet that they can get from your address. Swapping your crypto with that dust amount isn't going to give them any more info that they don't already have. Again, when it comes to like dust and swapping and learning more about you and your wallet address, that only applied to Bitcoin because Bitcoin uses multiple addresses, whereas Ethereum uses the same address. So, Margaret, yeah, you're welcome. But I just wanted, does that make sense? What I said about the memo tag? I just want to know if that actually was clear. Because I didn't know if you meant you were sending crypto. I honestly don't know if you're sending XRP from Tangem to Coinbase or from Coinbase to Tangem, but I hope that I explain both of those well, and I hope that you really understand that. Supreme, absolutely, you're welcome. But yeah, just a heads up. Again, the live stream, like it says, I'm moving crypto security off of YouTube. I'm still going to be on YouTube, of course, but I also started a new venture. It's an exclusive private community over on School, and anyone can join this. If you wanted more access to me and a dedicated security community that helps you navigate crypto more securely and things like that, then this community is for you. And this is exactly what you get when you join the School community. So again, this is Skrilla's Crypto School. If you want to learn more about it, link is in the description of this live stream. But we get 2 group calls a month with each other. So all of us in the community will jump on group calls. We can answer, I'll answer your questions, or if we just want to talk about things, we can do that. Those group calls will also be recorded so that you can rewatch it later, or if you missed a live call, you can always go back and watch it. There's also a Q&A board where you can post any questions or concerns you have, and myself and others from the community will chime in and answer your questions. We get to all learn from each other, which is awesome. That's how I've gained a lot of the knowledge that I have now, is from people on the YouTube channel. And now we're going to do that here in the School community. There's also an opportunity to host live webinars if you guys want to learn something specific, or if you want me to bring in special guests from, Tangem, Ledger, Trezor. I can bring in people from their team and we can talk with them, ask them questions. You also get direct DM access to me if you have any pressing questions that you need answered. You do get DM access with this community. And we are a security-focused community. We all care about crypto and securing our crypto and navigating the space safely. So we all work together to do that. And there will be deals and discounts in there as well. So again, the link to this is in the description if you want to join this community. Definitely watch this video before joining. And just to be clear, what this isn't a trading community where I'm giving you like my best cryptocurrency trades or cryptos to buy right now. This is a very security focused community where we help keep each other secure and we help navigate the crypto space safely. That includes any new scams that pop up, any new hacks, any new updates to crypto wallets or to blockchain networks themselves. That's what the core focus is here, and really helping everyone navigate crypto safely. Because I had a realization lately, and that realization is that the reason a lot of people don't make money in crypto isn't because they're not making money, it's because they're losing too much money. Like one of our subscribers that I was talking with, he lost $80,000 in a scam. So imagine how hard it is to come back from an $80,000 scam. Until you make $80,000 in profit, you won't even be in profit. Like you just have to make that $80,000 back just to break even. So if you could just avoid falling for scams and making silly user errors, you're going to be better off than 90% of people in crypto. Because like I say in this video here, according to a study done for 2025 by Chainalysis, the average crypto investor loses $2,700 per year to scams, just to scams alone. That doesn't even include user error, which is still the number one reason why people lose crypto. So if you just learn how to avoid scams and not make silly mistakes that can easily be avoided, then you could do a lot better in crypto. So that's what this community is for. It's $25 a month. It's not a contract. It's month to month. You can cancel whenever you want. If you lock in the founder price at $25, which is what it is right now, that's your price for the lifetime while you're a part of this community. The price will go up as more people join the community, just to try to keep it more exclusive, so that we can all, still have a tight-knit community here. But the $25 is the current price if you want to join this community and get direct access to me and other people. Let's see, where were we? If you want to have 2 cold wallets, is it better to have 1 Tangem and 1 Trezor, or 2 Tangem wallets is just fine for added security? Yeah, personally, I think it's fine. I don't think there's a right or wrong answer. If you like Tangem and you have one Tangem wallet already, you're comfortable using it, I think it would make sense to get another Tangem wallet and just use two Tangem wallets, right? That said, if you want to explore a different wallet brand and you're currently using Tangem and you want to try Trezor, I don't think there's any issue with doing that as well. I think both options are secure. And the cool thing is that seed phrases aren't brand specific. So if you are using just Tangem and you want to, move over to like a Ledger or something, you could always take your seed phrase and import it into Ledger wallet and do that. So, um, yeah, I think it just depends on what you want to do. I personally use several Tangem wallets for different portfolios, but I also have Ledger and Trezor that I use too. So, Margaret, yes, very clear. I understand now. Thank you so much. I'll be joining your school community. Awesome. Yeah, I'm glad that was clear, and I'm glad that you asked before sending crypto because that's always a huge pain, and that's one of the most common mistakes people make in crypto is not using that dang memo tag. Which, if you've never used one before, you probably don't even know to use it. So, glad you got that figured out, and I look forward to seeing you in the school community as well. What are my thoughts on Solana and thoughts on KYC? I think Solana is a fun blockchain network. I like how efficient, cheap, and quick it is, right? I mean, it costs like 3 cents to send something on Solana and it's almost instant. So that's what I like about Solana. I think there's a lot of cool stuff that is being built on Solana, and I think it could be used for a lot of other cool things because of how quick and efficient it is. So yeah, I'm a fan of Solana, like using the network. My thoughts on KYC, just not something that I'm personally concerned with. I get that a lot of people in crypto are like all about privacy, but if you're online already, you don't really have privacy. It's really hard to have privacy in today's digital age. So KYC, I mean, it's just another platform that has my information that's already out there on some other platform. I'm also not trying to hide anything, right? I'm not doing any illegal activities. I feel like the people that now I get that there is an area where people again want privacy, but I feel like a lot of people who are looking for complete privacy and want to avoid KYC might be doing things they maybe shouldn't be doing. Of course, they don't look at it that way, but maybe it could be illegal activities or things like that. Not saying that's the case for everyone. There's also the argument that, like, for example, Coinbase recently had a data breach where one of their overseas employee leaked customer data and was selling it to scammers. So I get it for that purpose, right? Um, but beyond that, I'm not too worried about it. My biggest thing is ownership and control over my cryptocurrency. So I'll use an exchange and KYC to buy crypto, but you'll never catch me keeping crypto on a centralized exchange anymore. I'm all in on self custody and keeping my crypto in my possession using a self custodial cold wallet. So that's my thoughts. I have Trezor. Moving XRP from exchange to Trezor by myself was a bit nerve-wracking, but straightforward. However, moving XLM and SAX on Stellar is a bit convoluted. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like you got the XRP thing down. I haven't had any experience transferring XLM or SHX, so I'd be curious to know what you're running into there. Is there a cold wallet that is Stellar native or friendly? Do you have a video on moving Stellar? I don't have a video on moving Stellar. It's probably not something I'll create because transferring crypto is really the same process regardless of what crypto you're sending. Of course, there are little things like memo tags, but I believe Tangem is Stellar native. Yeah, so Tangem, I would recommend if you don't have Tangem, get a Tangem wallet. But I'm in my Tangem wallet right now. You can see it supports maybe Stellar on native Stellar XLM, right? On its network. It only supports the Stellar main network. So I'd recommend getting a Tangem wallet if you don't already have one. Just go to tangem.com or if you go to my YouTube channel, here on the channel, I have a ton of Tangem wallet videos. And if you go to tangem.com, I can show you. They're having a sale right now where you get 20% off your order, plus you get free Bitcoin that will be credited directly to your Tangent wallet. So yeah, if you don't want to use my link, you can still get the discount. The first thing you'd want to do is click this claim now at the top of the screen. This will apply their discount. And then if you go down here and say add promo code and enter this code Cyberskrilla, that gets you an additional 10% off. So you'll get 20% off your entire order. And then depending on what, like if you get a 3-card set, you also get $10 in free Bitcoin. Same with the 2-card set. So if you're looking for a native Stellar wallet, Tangent's probably my top choice. Tiny presents says same. Probably talking about the self-custodial thing. So props to you. Bella or Bella or Bea. So that has some crypto in Revolut. Is it safe enough to keep it there? Thanks. Revolut is a centralized platform. Again, I do not keep any crypto on any centralized platform. That crypto that you have is not actually yours. It is controlled by Revolut. It's owned by Revolut. It's in the Revolut's wallet, which means they have the ability to freeze your funds and lock your account. And you might say, well, why would they do that? Well, they just might. I had my funds frozen on Coinbase, which is one of the most popular crypto exchanges in the world. And Revolut's no different, really. So if you want to truly own your crypto and be in full control of your crypto, you'd want to move it to a self-custodial cold wallet like Tangent. Also, a cold wallet or a hardware wallet is the most secure way to store your crypto. So it's more secure than Revolut. It's more secure than Coinbase. So if you're looking for complete control, ownership, and security, optimal security, you're not going to get that unless you're using a hardware wallet. You won't get that with Revolut. Where can I store your Chuck E. Cheese coins? Probably in your pocket. I actually found one in one of my super old piggy banks. So shoot, maybe you could sell them on eBay, maybe. I don't know. Why do the exchanges hold your crypto for 7 days after purchase? It's really for AML, for anti-money laundering purposes. It's just something that they technically have to do. So just part of their process. Truth is says, I feel like Tangent is the most user-friendly, but what about anonymity? I think it doesn't track that much data. I mean, every hardware wallet company has some level of data because you're ordering a product from them. But Tangent on their, if you look at their terms and conditions, you can actually, like after you order your wallet, you can request to have your information deleted from their website, but they're not tracking like, you know, your crypto and things like that. When you get the wallet, you set up your own key and everything. So all that is really only known to you, unless you send them like support logs or something. Like if you request support from within your Tangent wallet and you want like help with a specific transaction and you generate the support using your wallet, it will send them your wallet address and things like that. But that's optional and that's only so they can help you. Thank you. Absolutely. You're welcome. James says, can I buy XDC on Tangent? I believe so, but let me double check. XDC. Okay, added XDC to my portfolio here. Yes, you can buy XDC directly in the Tangent Wallet app. I have it pulled up right here. So yeah, confirmed you can do that. Truth is says, I'll buy some Tangent later with your code. Thanks. Awesome. Yeah. And if you have any questions about Tangent, again, I have a Tangent wallet playlist on the channel. I literally cover every question you have about Tangent. I've answered. Also, if you type in on YouTube, Tangent wallet questions or Tangent wallet 40 questions, I have a video where I answer over 40 Tangent wallet questions in like 12 minutes. It's one of my favorite videos I've ever made. It's just a fun video. And I think I answered a lot of good questions. So if you do have any questions, definitely check that out. I lost that 230 from the Trust Wallet hack. I'm not too mad, but it's still a loss. I also resetting my computer because I didn't want any more wallets affected. I wish I moved it. Yeah. I mean, that's just it's a perfect example of why you don't want to keep crypto in a hot wallet. So, hey Skrilla, I'm barely starting with crypto, and I learned a good deal from your channel, especially when it comes to securing on my cold wallet. I really appreciate your teachings. I got Tangem. Awesome. Yeah, Tangem is a great wallet to get started with, or I mean, even for me, 6 years of experience, I still use Tangem more than any other cold wallet I own. But it sounds like you're doing everything right. So just keep doing what you're doing. Stay educated and be aware of the scams and different user errors. That way, you don't make the silly mistakes that lead people to never being able to earn money in crypto. So, but good job. Are you still one? Cheers. Is Shabbat we drink the chim. Sorry, I'm not sure what you're referring to there, but cheers. Can you transfer money in your Tangem cold wallet to a personal bank account? Okay, so Joseph, Tangem doesn't, you can't store money on a Tangem wallet. You can't store fiat currency on a Tangem wallet or any crypto wallet. They're only used to manage crypto. But I think what you're really asking is, can you basically sell your crypto using a Tangem wallet and then send that money to your bank account? And the answer to that is yes, in most cases, depending on what cryptocurrency you're trying to sell. But Tangem has a sell feature. When you click that sell feature, it'll take you to you do everything in the app, but it basically connects you to a third-party crypto exchange where you sell your crypto and then you link your bank account to that crypto exchange, which will allow you to withdraw your money directly to your bank account. Once you set it up the first time, you don't have to go through that process again. It's all more seamless. But you can do that. What I think you're asking, you can sell your crypto and cash out directly to your bank through Tangem. You can't actually hold money in a Tangem wallet, though. It's a crypto wallet. James says, cool, absolutely. I'm curious if you have USDC earning yield on Tangem, and if so, which network do you prefer? ERC20, Base, Polygon, all have different APY and different fees, I'm sure. So I'm not currently earning yield. I did it briefly to make the video about how to earn yield. But I would just weigh your options. Like Polygon's going to be a lot cheaper than the Ethereum main network. So if the APY is still good, you might consider doing that. Same with Base. But ERC20 is going to always have the highest transaction or network fees because it's Ethereum. Whereas Base and Polygon are a lot more efficient. So yeah, you just kind of have to weigh the pros and cons. Support told me they're reviewing my case, but haven't gotten compensation. I showed proof of sending to my stake account and even sending it. If you're talking about the Trust Wallet hack, yeah, there was a link that you could submit like your claim if you lost crypto to that hack. So hopefully they take care of you. Can you have multiple wallet keys? For example, Ledger Flex then uses the same seed phrase to add another key. Ledger Nano S are using a different Tangem key with same seed phrase, different brand wallet. You can use one seed phrase in as many wallets as you want. Now there are some small caveats, but you can technically, like if you create a seed phrase on Tangem, you can import that same seed phrase into Ledger, and you can use both Ledger and Tangem at the same time to access and manage the same cryptocurrencies because it's the same wallet. Your seed phrase is a key to your wallet. The hardware wallet device are just tools that are used to access your seed phrase. So seed phrases aren't brand specific. Now the caveat is if you're using Tangem, for example, and then you import your Tangem, the seed phrase that you're using in Tangem into Ledger, but Ledger doesn't support some of the cryptocurrencies that Tangem does, you won't be able to see those cryptocurrencies in your Ledger wallet, even though it's still secured by your seed phrase. You won't be able to manage it with your Ledger if Ledger doesn't support those cryptocurrencies. But that's just an example. But yeah, technically speaking, you can import your seed phrase and use it across different wallet brands. Yes. Is yielding WPI a taxable event? I don't know what WPI is, but any yield, any rewards, any interest earned in crypto is going to be taxable because that's all considered income. Todd says, I just got CoinLedger set up and it was one of the only ones I could sync all my assets to. Is there any cheaper options for tax reports that function the same? There's lots of options for crypto taxes, but in my experience, CoinLedger is one of the most affordable options. And hopefully, you used my link and my discount code. You get 10% off. But CoinLedger is pretty affordable. I think it's like $29 or $22, depending how many transactions you have. So I'm not sure. Maybe you had a bunch of transactions, but from what I've tested, CoinLedger was one of the more affordable options that offered the best support for wallets and things. Why can I not see my legacy Bitcoin and only my Segway Bitcoin and Tangem? I'm not quite sure. I would need more context. Did you import your seed phrase from a different wallet into Tangem, or did you send crypto to different addresses within Tangem? Because I've only ever sent Bitcoin to my, let me just check. Oh, I see. Yeah, I've only ever sent Bitcoin to my Segway address, I think. Sending. Yeah, I might need to look into that more. I don't know. That's a good question. Yeah, absolutely. Glad I was able to answer your question. Margaret says this might be a stupid question, but if they can buy and sell crypto on my Tangem, why would I need Coinbase? Not a stupid question at all. It's really the same thing. So if you buy crypto through your Tangem wallet, you're still using an external crypto exchange. It's not Tangem that you're buying crypto from. You're still interacting with a third-party exchange. You're just doing it through the Tangem app. That's for the reason why you might use an external exchange like Coinbase. Generally, the fees are going to be better. So you're going to get more for your money using an external exchange than if you buy it directly in Coinbase. That said, Coinbase has some of the highest fees out of all the crypto exchanges, so I'm not sure if it would be that much better. But like for me, I use Kraken to buy crypto, and then I send it to my Tangem wallet. And same with selling. And when I sell crypto on Kraken, I save like hundreds of dollars compared to selling it in Tangem. So it comes down to the fees ultimately. Jim says, I got the 2 Tangem sets with the $20 Bitcoin Black Friday deal. Scanned the QR codes, and on the screen, I basically said, okay, this promotion is claimed. It never said where I'd see it, and I still don't. So I don't know when you did that, but the claim isn't instant. I believe it happens after 30 days after claiming it. So if it's still within 30 days, I would still hold on. It'll likely appear. Baya says, do you have a team to reach out to for help? And can I pay you for help or advice? So I held in Trust Wallet and they claim they're reimbursing, but been on BS about it, lost $7,000. Dang, I'm sorry to hear that, that you're having issues with that. And that sounds like an expensive issue to have. So the reason why I opened up this live stream is a lot of people have been requesting, like one-on-one advice or consultations. And that's just not something I offer, but I have something just as good. I recently opened up a school community where you get direct access to me through DMs. So if you have any issues or anything, you can DM me directly. You can also, ask our other community members. They can help you out. And we have live group calls 2 times a month. And it's only $25 a month. So it's fairly affordable. If you want to join that, and I can help you out, try to help you out with whatever you're going through. The link to my school community is called Skrila's Crypto School. Looks like this. The link to this is in the description. It'll take you to this page, the About section, and definitely recommend watching this video, but this is everything you get. Again, you get, we all hop on 2 group calls together. You can ask me questions. You can post them 24/7 and myself and others will respond. You get direct DM access to me and the community. So if you are looking for help, this is probably where I would go. Link to that's in the description. Again, it's 25 bucks a month. It's not like a contract or anything. It's month to month. If you want to cancel next month, you can do that. So hopefully, hopefully I can help you. I can see Segwit and Elipal, but not intention. I'm not sure what you mean, Jim. Do you have any experience with Coinly tax platform? I know of Coinly. I haven't personally used it. I've only used Zen Ledger and Coin Ledger, but they're all pretty similar. In fact, Coinly is very similar to Coin Ledger. So if you have a specific question, Dana, I might be able to answer it for you. However, for good tax software, I recommend Coin Ledger, and I have a video on how to do that. On how I use Coin Ledger to file my own crypto taxes. I've been filing crypto taxes my own for the last 6 years. So if you want to see my step-by-step guide on how to do that, just type in on YouTube how to file crypto taxes. My video should pop up number 1. So I'll walk you through that step-by-step. Also, you'll get a discount for Coin Ledger. I think it's 10% off if you use my link combined with the discount code in the description of that video. I don't know if you're already using Coinly, but if you are looking for a good platform, Coin Ledger has been really awesome. They also have a free portfolio tracker, so you can see your cost basis, profit and loss, all that good stuff. Can you do can you do the 6-7 mean thing for fun for my child? He's honestly, I've heard of it and I know of it, but that's not something I'm gonna do. I also don't even know what I would do. But I'm sorry, that's not something I'm gonna do. But shout out to your kid and thanks for watching the live stream. Tangent Bitcoin is a SegWit address. I think to see a legacy address, you need to add a custom token with the property derivation path since it's different. Yeah, I mean, there is an option to receive Bitcoin on both the SegWit and legacy in Tangent, but I think you're right. If you go to, I'm trying to see here. If you go to settings, let me see. Go to settings, click on the wallet, manage tokens, Bitcoin. Nope, you got to go to the add button. What in the world? Yeah, so you'd have to go to settings in your Tangent app, and then you select your wallet. And then you go to manage tokens, and then you tap the little plus icon in the right-hand corner next to manage tokens. And then you would choose it says add custom token. You choose the Bitcoin network. And then there you can choose wait a second. You can choose the path. Trying to see if they have Litecoin. Oh, they do have Litecoin. Interesting. But where is the right path? Yeah, I'd have to mess. Oh, wait, custom. Oh, yeah, you can add a custom path. Okay. So that's how you would do it. I don't know the exact steps. I think there's probably a guide on Tangent's website if you type it in on Google, but almost got it because I'm trying to troubleshoot this live. If you go to settings in your Tangent app, and then you click on your wallet, and then you go to manage tokens, then you press the plus icon, then you scroll down to the Bitcoin network, and then you select the derivation path, and then click custom, and then you'll be able to enter the custom one there, and this will allow you to add that to your token portfolio so you can see your other Bitcoin address. But I know that's not the full guide, but that's what I was able to figure out right now. Let's see. Jim says, think it's been more than 30 days since I claimed. It never asked for a receiving address or told me which address or wallet it'd be sent to. Did you scan the QR code using, I'm assuming you scanned it using your Tangent wallet, no? But let me double check what Tangent said about how the Bitcoin claim works. Let me just double check here. I have to go back in my messages. Let's see. This is, whoa, it's way too far. Because maybe it wasn't 30 days. Maybe it was a little longer. But let me double check. Let's see. We tested. Okay. Sorry, I just have to go back through my messages here with the Tangent team. Okay. Oh, here it is. Okay. Everyone who completed the purchase with the Black Friday promo code will receive an email with a QR code to scan and claim the their 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 Bitcoin to their wallet. Flow of receiving the reward. The user places an order. If the order is paid and fulfilled, they will receive a separate email with the activation rules and a link and a QR code for activation. The user receives a wallet, activates it, and then activates the reward using the QR link in the app. The system will check that the order is fine, authorize the reward, and the 14-day countdown will begin. After 14 days, if the order is not canceled or returned, the system will pay out the reward. But she said it's actually paid in USDT, in Bitcoin. So is it? That's what I'm confused. It might be. Maybe it's paid in USDT. I would try enabling USDT in your wallet, Jim. And let me see, USDT. I would try enabling USDT on the Tron network in your wallet and see if if that isn't sitting there right now. Because I know it says it's a Bitcoin reward, but the way this my contact at Tangent worded it, sounds like it was USDT for, I don't know. But try enabling USDT in your Tangent wallet, the Tron network one, and see if the reward isn't sitting there. Dana Smith, you're welcome. Just pay $25 and join the community. Just explain in detail my problem and you'll reply it through there and can maybe help. I'm definitely going to reply. Whether I can help you or not, I don't know yet until I look at the message. So yeah, no guarantees that I can help you. If your crypto is like lost or something, I can't necessarily recover it for you. But I can help you not get scammed if maybe you might be dealing with a scammer or something. But I'll check it out. I'll definitely get back to you once I sign off here. Which, again, by the way, what this person is talking about here is they just signed up for the community. I just opened up a school community. You get live access to me and other community members. So you get direct DM access to me. You get we do 2 live group calls a month where we all jump on a call and hang out and talk with each other and answer questions. You can also post your any questions you have 24/7 on the community board. So yeah, it's a exclusive community. It's the Cyber Skrilla Crypto School. So if you want to be a part of exclusive community and have direct access to me as well as other members in this community, the link is in the description to join. It's $25 a month. It's month to month. There's no commitment. If you want to cancel after the first month, that's fine. But I think it's pretty cool. I'm excited to share. So, but yeah, the link to that's in the description. Definitely check it out. Jim says you have the USDT enabled on Solana and Ethereum, but not on TRC20 network. Yeah, definitely enable the TRC20 network and see if it's there. Roger says, what days are you on? As far as the live stream, at this point, it's random, just whenever I can jump on. Roger, if you want direct access to me or have specific questions, or you want to be part of a community where I'm more active than the school community that I just covered, the link to this, you can join this have direct access to me. The link to this is in the description of this live stream. So definitely check that out. That said, I got to run. Thank you everyone so much for jumping in. Thank you everyone who subscribed to the school. I'm going to jump over there right now, see what's going on. And God bless. Peace out.